What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
some live hands played over the past 2 weeks at 3-5-10, many of them misplayed by me. All right, Larry, you got aces. Congratulations. And the action to you is a limp.
Hey, so I like going to 50.
Okay. I go 45, so same thing. I mind it. You get a call and two callers. Good.
All right.
Not ideal, but good.
That's an interesting thought.
It is.
Um, we are in the middle of the sandwich. We get checked too.
Mhm.
Our SPR is around 10. Not much can call us here. We're blocking the nut flush draw. I don't mind bet or check here. If I bet, I'm going to bet small. I'm going to bet about $50.
All right. I bet 45. Get one call.
All right. So what's his range here? So he's got that can just look like I see that with ace king.
Mhm.
They put you on ace king. Um, I think we're gonna bet again,
Okay.
and if we get check raised, we're in hell.
Yeah, we are.
But the question is, how polar do we go? I think about 150 to 200.
Okay. I go 140.
All right.
Okay, he called.
Okay. So this strips him a lot of 8x, which is going to check raise on
Yeah, on the
this
double
wet
flush.
board.
Yeah, on the double flush board, I think so.
So two draws completed.
Hmm. One of
And
which is unlikely except against a stubborn, studied player who might not have. Well, multi-way and he did have closing action. So yeah, I can see a 7-9 of spades sticking around. I can see a 7-9 of diamonds sticking around easily, and a seven and the other 7-9s. Yeah, yeah, they might, sure. Yeah. So the straight draw completes, but it's really the flush draw that we hate.
front door.
Yeah,
We're
let's see.
blocking it. Anyway,
Oh,
so
he donks
he dunks 120 into
520.
522. So his bluffs are around um his bluffs are around hearts. We don't like having the ace of hearts.
Mhm.
Spades
That's
or diamonds.
I'm sorry, ace of diamonds. Um can we this is a exploit fold if we do it.
I don't think this is a fold.
I think this is an easy call.
Yeah, I don't think
Hey
this is a
guys, I'm
size
not
to
done
take.
with I'm just going through the
Oh,
options.
sorry. Well, shut up. Shut up. Go on, Larry. Larry's
I'm trying to
he's
work through
considering all
pot
the
odds
options.
here.
Considering all the options. Okay.
You guys, so what are we doing here
Ah!
first? So we are like, yeah, at 16%, we just call.
Right. Excellent. Now, let's talk about. So, yeah, I called, I won. That's less interesting. So, what do we think this bet usually is? Not always, but usually.
This size is please don't blast me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this size, this looks
We
like a
think he's setting
blocker.
it.
This looks like a very, very unrefined blocker bet.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is
We think he's setting his price. But at the same time, this is why, I thought it was setting its price, but he's got to call our raise for it to be worth it.
if there's no 8 on the board, I think this is just an easy raise.
Right. But the eight can be there.
Yeah, that's the 8 can be in this size is the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we went
Yeah,
bet the flop, bet the turn, right?
Yeah. I
So we
don't
already reduced some 8x, huh?
yeah, we reduced some, but I
yeah,
don't
we
get
think we think 8x we heard from Edix on turn when the board becomes double flushed off.
Yeah, so now I think actually maybe it is definitely just a slam dunk raise here.
Right. But
Raising is really thin because you have to think about what's going to call you.
exactly. That was
Well-
my struggle.
If I'm raising, it's a click raise. Like I'm dying to get tens to call me, or if he ever has like jacks here,
It's
now
hyper
here.
exploitative.
Yeah.
But is it worth it given how much we have behind and that we reopen the action? Is it worth it?
Well, you just always get to fold to a jam, so
I don't know if it's well, I might just be too enamored with realizing my equity, but I don't like opening the action on this board.
Right.
like if he's just not doing going bet 3-bet bluff here, like it depends on your opponent, I guess is what I would say.
Yeah.
Like, is your opponent going to read in? I played against a guy this weekend where I did a click raise bluff and he rebluff jammed on me. Now he was tilted as shit. That could be part of it.
Right.
And I was right. And if I probably take an actual size, I probably just make him fold. But he's the person that I probably don't want to do a super thin value raise against. Because he might reopen it because he's aggressive enough that he might blow me off of my equity.
Yeah.
Did you get a reveal?
We're gonna see this. No. I bet. And the words he said was so. I just called, and and in game I knew that this decision was hard, and that a thin value raise made a lot of sense for me. The thing that pushed me against it was the combination of he has to call it, and I have to be right, and
So I think the math is
do it.
if he calls, you have to be right over
50%.
50% of the time.
Yeah, I have to be right 50% of the time. And when he re-raises me, he has to not be bluffing.
Yeah, I don't.
I give him that opportunity.
I think I prefer your line.
Yeah.
I mean, the
So-
click is hyper exploited, but you just got to get called by something over half the time.
Yeah. So there you go.
He just said you're good.
Yeah, he said you're good, and he said he had a pair. He didn't say which, and I didn't make him show.
You didn't have a pair then.
Yeah, he's not going to say you're good. I don't know.
No, it didn't go. It didn't go that way. He bet I called, and he either just said I have a pair, or maybe I said or he said that he had, or I asked, do you have the 8? And he said no, and I turned it over. I don't remember the wording, but I didn't make him show, even though I had the right to.
So tell us about the unethical tell.
I'll tell you after Melanie's hand, just in case Mel has
Okay,
to.
sure.
Yeah, then remind me. All right, here we go. Next one is, let me move you guys out of the way because you guys are blocking everything. All right, here we go. Next hand is this one, Ace 10. And we will go to the Ace 10 land, which is here. All right. So is there any note that I need to give you about the players? Not yet. Okay, here we go. So there is a limp there. You have Ace 10, Mel. What do you want to do?
Well, I think we would have to, I don't like it, but I think we will have to raise.
Okay. Yeah. I like a raise better than a call, and
Yeah.
I don't have an opinion between the raise and the fold.
You can definitely fold, but
Definitely fold.
what's going on behind you?
Yeah. At this table, we've got I'm in seat 4. We've got a lot of weak limpy players. We've got seat 2 is weak and too limpy. I'm in seat 4. Seat 3 is he has a wide open limping range, and he also has a raising range.
Mhm.
We've got a limpy guy behind. This guy here is limpy. This guy here is good and aggressive. And we have not yet determined the straddle, although later we determine he is very not good.
I would just ask, am I getting 3-bet a lot, and am I getting called a lot when I open? If I'm not getting 3-bet a lot, am I getting called a lot?
On the squeezes, no, although I expect D to, I expect this guy to call.
Okay, then I think this is a slam dunk open then. Like if
Yeah.
I'm just not getting called in 3 spots behind me, you know?
Yeah, that happened. We're not surprised that happened.
Okay, then yeah, I would expand my range then here if I'm getting a lot of folds and
Yeah,
not free bet.
but ace 10, but ace 10 is marginal, is not fully represented in the low jack -1 anyway. So
No, I agree that normally, like if I'm getting called in 2 spots behind me on average, like in my game,
let it go.
I usually don't open ace 10 off, you know?
Yeah, okay, good enough. So now you got called in one place and you got a terrible flop. Here we go. He checks to you. What do you want to do?
I think that this flop misses both early positions. I mean, obviously there's some queens and there's a draw out there, but a flush draw, but I wouldn't do anything crazy right now. I would check behind and see what develops. And if the person to my left, no, to my right, has a queen, we're going to hear about it on the turn.
Yep, those are all good. And the reason for betting here is you could just make the argument of I'm range betting against limpers. They're going to make more mistakes against it. So that would be the other one.
I mean, limpers have more suited cards, but yeah, we see.
Yeah. So I did it, and my hand is happy to my hand would be happy to check down to the river and win sometimes. That'd be great. But range betting here isn't a huge mistake. And then my hand becomes I hope I get to the river with it. So we do this, we get called.
Okay.
And then both the good and the bad happens. The good, bad, and ugly happens.
Mm-hmm.
And he checks.
He checks. Okay. That is interesting. I think that what we should be doing now is to find out where we stand or whether the other person stands. So it should be a sizing where if the other player has a flush, they're going to raise us. And if they have nothing, they're just going to fold.
All right. And we would love to get called again by a queen.
And we wouldn't mind getting called. Yeah. So
we'd love both those results would be great. And if that queen or the pocket sevens have a diamond in it with them, so be it. Because we can't bet large enough to try to get them to fold that when
no, so the pot is 200, so I would go for like 60 or something.
Okay. I'm with you on the size down. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way down to 60. Maybe 100. Let's see.
Okay.
105. So I go what I consider to be small for the turn. Because I think a diamond is still raising this, and I think that a queen is often calling it, and he just folds me. Okay. So that's my main question is that there. All right. Yep. 60 might have been better. He might have called the 60, and that would have been good. Because if he has a queen, his other card is probably not a diamond when he folds here. And if he has a pocket pair, it's pretty small. It's because he limped. All right, good enough. Okay. The unethical we'll do Parth, then we'll do the unethical tell. Okay, Parth. Everybody goes once. Brian already went. Okay, so here we go. Next hand. You got pocket kings, Parth. You live right. You get an open to you. What would you like to do with your pocket kings? Oh God, I know this hand.
All right, let's do it. Pocket kings at button. We are facing an open by UTG. I would like to 3-bet this hand.
Great.
And I would like to go somewhere around 90.
Perfect. I went 95. Perfect.
Yep.
Get called. Great. 10-8 deuce. He checks.
He checks to us. Definitely, I like continuation betting here. Don't want to check this. The question is, how much do we bet? I think somewhere like because there's a flush draw, I don't want to go super small as well. Somewhere like 100.
Okay.
100 is not bad. Half pot, yeah.
Half pot, that's fine. I think I'm gonna go 80, but that makes sense. I go 70. Yeah. So a little smaller, but okay. Same range. I'm not gonna argue that mine's better or worse. Both are fine. And he raises you to
Yep.
220.
Yeah, we hate that.
We hate that.
We hate that. I'm thinking what he would do this with. He could definitely do this with club draws. He could
Mhm.
do this with eights, maybe maybe 10-8 sometimes, maybe so many straight draws. So definitely we're going to call this one time
Okay.
and see if he pushes our buttons on the turn as well.
Exactly. Now, let me tell you something about the opponent. This guy is absolutely capable. He looks quite young. He looks like a child. He's a young Asian guy. I've played with him before. He is definitely a winning player, in the player pool. And one of the things about young guys who are playing at these stakes, this is a $1,500 buy-in, is these are people who either have rich parents, and that's not common, or they are people who are winning players who can do this because they don't have the kind of spare money to buy $1,500 buy-ins with their jobs very often when they're young. So, and I've seen him play. He is a thinking player. He is a profitable player. He could be he could easily be better than me. I have not determined that he's worse than me, and he's better than the field. I haven't determined that he is better than me yet either. I just know that he's one of the people who is competent. So now a heart comes and he checks to you. That's weird.
Yeah, that is not okay. Uh, him checking on the six of hearts, that's not a very after he raises us on the flop, he's checking. I mean, I'm definitely going to check here, but I'm just thinking what his range is right now. I'm finding it hard to put him on a range right now. But we are definitely going to check back. But you help me with what his range could be here.
Okay, so ace 10. Ace 10 bet here. He check raised top pair, top kicker. And then when he got called and expected to take it down and protect his 10 a lot, when he got called, he goes, okay, now I've got jacks, kings, queens, even aces, like this. He needs to hit, so that's a hand that would do it. Would his straight draw do this now? I don't think so. I think you continue with a straight draw. Okay, here's an interesting one. What does 7-9 do of hearts here?
The 7-9 open from
usually
early
bets.
position with a good player.
That's the problem. I was supposed to say, I don't think he has 7 here often.
I don't think he has 7-9 here. I don't think he has 7-9 very often. So yeah. This could easily be pocket jacks, which we beat. Yeah, pocket jacks and ace 10, those kinds of hands make sense.
Jacks, queen jack, jack 9 probably continues more often. I think clubs continue a lot here, so this could be, jacks.
Right. So
top pair
against that range, we can bet here. So Parth, you came to the conclusion of checking very quickly. I, by the way, checked. I remember this hand very clearly. I checked. I was not at all sure that it was right, and I think that my reason for doing it was a little dubious, which was I decided that this guy was capable of check raising twice, that he would enjoy check raising twice, and that he could do it with value to really manipulate me, and that he could do it with bluffs to also manipulate me.
One thing that's good about checks is that this guy is probably capable of blasting the river on blanks when he has if he has a queen jack hand that was going to give up and then you check back and a non-club river comes, I think he's going to blast a lot and you just have to call.
Yeah. So
I prefer Value
Yeah, we
bet,
have both
because what are his
showdown
most
and
likely check raise bluffs?
Okay, hold on one second. Larry, Parth, before you go, Larry, finish your thought. Say that.
Yeah, I just think that he's a good player. We know what his check raise semi bluffs are. They're around clubs. And I think we extract value from those.
Okay, good enough. Okay, Parth, you were going to say?
yeah, I was saying that we definitely have showdown value here, and like he said that on a lot of rivers he might just blast, and we can bluff catch a lot of his range.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
I'm not doing that though, and I'm not taking a 200 size here if I am going to continue betting. I'm going to go bigger than that. If we're deciding we're betting, I'm not going to go small.
What size are you going to go? 400 or 800?
I'm going to go like 450 here, probably.
Okay.
Because I'm just trying to figure out, because it's only clubs then what we're targeting, and some 10x and jacks. And I think jacks and 10x are going to call 450. Clubs will probably call one time. I just don't think he has like anything that's so inelastic that's calling an overbet here.
Okay. That's all good. So I took Parth's line and just to say what my reasoning was, and I'm not proud of this reasoning. I don't think that this is the best reasoning. Which was I so did not want to get check raised. And by funneling him into this line, I had easy decisions.
If we get double check raised, do you think that you're ahead?
Probably not, but I don't want to. I'm not saying that this is good poker. I'm saying this is what I did. I'm probably not ahead, but the amount of manipulation that he will have succeeded to do to me will feel like shit because I don't want to fold it. And I'm going to have to fold it. And yet I'm not sure that he isn't doing it with a bluff. I'm just not sure. What's the bluff? Okay, 9 jack of hearts playing it. He picks up equity and he decides to do his equity in this extra aggressive way. Is he really going to do that? I
No.
don't. Is he doing this with 9 jack of hearts very often in the first place to open from that position? I wouldn't. I fold 9 jack of hearts in that position.
Honest
But-
question, Scotty, I got to ask you. I mean, and not a criticism or a judgment, but how often have any of us seen the double check raise live poker?
Not often.
I've
I'm not-
never seen it, but
I don't.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I've seen it.
have.
I've seen
What
it,
is-
but it's not often. So that's what's wrong. This is what's wrong with how I played the hand is that this turn is a little monsters under the bed, and it's a little bit about giving him credit for whatever hand he does it with, just how miserable I will be. The advantage of it, by the way, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the result of this hand. The answer is Brian's thing of saying I funnel him into bluffing the river. The disadvantage is I let him get there. I let him get there with his draws for nothing. All that stuff, right?
Those are, I
When
think,
he's
I
right,
think the
and
primary
he's bluffing,
focus
he can
is
fold now.
we're not extracting value from the semi bluffs.
Yeah. So I am playing a lower variance, lower heart rate line here, and I don't know if that's the best thing to do, but it is what I did, and it's not terrible. I think I can be a better player than this, and I can think more deeply.
I
So I
don't
want to go
hate
back to that, but I want to finish the hand because it goes off the rails, and the going off the rails is going to be fun. And then we'll go back and see what as a group, what we think we should do here. All right. So I check behind, just like Parth. And the river is the deuce of spades. And the pot is 647, and he bets 100 into 647. What do you want to do, Parth?
I mean, we are never ever folding this, but do we ever check? Do we ever raise? Do we ever raise? He check raised the flop. He checked the turn. It looks like he missed something, but then now he's betting 100 as a blocker bet on the river. I don't know. I think I'll just call. I think I'll just call here.
All right. Sure.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. We call and we're gonna get shown a 10 a lot and we're gonna beat it. Right? No problem.
Fuck that.
But now I am not afraid of monsters under the bed with that size. And now I've decided that I want to play well. I'm sick of not playing well. So, what is his most likely hand here? Or what are the classes of his most likely hands, Parth? That he bets 100 on, that he bets 100 into 600 on the river on that deuce.
He probably has a 10 with a missed draw, maybe a straight draw or a flush draw.
I agree. He probably has a 10 with that. And then sometimes he has a really weird bluff. The really weird bluff doesn't matter because it's folding to any raise and we called, so that's not interesting. The interesting thing is when he has a 10 and pocket jacks, same hand, right? 10 and pocket jacks are the same hand, and fuck it, so is pocket queens. They're all the same hand. We beat all of them. How much are they going to call? Let's be precise. How much is a 10 going to call here?
Definitely not a lot.
Not a lot. How much?
Yep, maybe 300.
Right. Maybe 320. And we're going for very clean precision. We know exactly why we're doing this. Even though we're reopening the action, we are confident in our read and the situation, right? And by the way, your call is fine. I decided that I wanted to play the river like like the best player in the world because I didn't play the turn like the best player in the world.
Right.
He jams.
Oh, yeah. He's capable. You're right.
And I am in hell. Okay, only Parth. You didn't want to
Okay.
raise here, but you did. As played,
Right.
what do you want to do?
Firstly, my reasoning for not raising was that most of the hands that we put him on with that bet, the small bet, were draws, missed stuff, right? And if he really missed most of the hands that we put him on, that then the raise doesn't really achieve much. We're putting him on very less hands, which will call that. And now that the jam has come, we are in a deep trouble, and now we don't know what to do. I would just fold this hand though. I
All
would
right.
let it go.
Right.
This like
Okay.
fuck. I think I don't understand what the hell he has here that would want to take this size against you and play this way.
Feels like tens, set of tens or set of eights that became invulnerable.
I don't, but that didn't come invulnerable till the river. And
Right.
tens probably bets the turn at a very high frequency.
Right.
And when his strongest hand that does check to check raise checks back on the river, what is it targeting? For? It's not targeting an ace high to call on the river for 100. It's just not doing that. It's going to pick that you have your strongest hands are over pairs and how much would I bet to get over pairs to call. So now it's like this just doesn't make sense for value.
Maybe deuces can play like this.
Deuces, I don't think play like this.
Deuces don't call it.
Well, I mean, the only deuces that play like this is like ace deuce suited, and it's ace deuce suited that's trying to turn its hand into a bluff, and now get you on the river. But does ace deuce suited take this size on the river? Probably not. I think he's turning showdown value into a bluff here a lot.
Okay. So now let's go through the details before. By the way, I called, and the competing lines here in my head are: this is the most underbluff spot in poker, and secondly, this makes no sense. I can't think of a
He is
hand that wants to
capable.
do this. Right. And so that's what it was. Those were my thoughts. This doesn't make sense, and this is underbluff, and this is way underbluffed, and I called. So we're just going to leave it at that. I want to know, everybody else, either put it in the chat or tell me. And I'm looking at two things. The first question is, as played, do you call? First question. Second question, do you do the raise on the river that I did that put me in this situation? And then third question is, do you check the turn? So those are the three things I want to know from everybody here. Feel free to turn on your mic and tell me your story or type it in. What's your story, Melanie? Oh, well, so Parth, we know what Parth's line is. Parth checked the turn like I did, and on the river, he just called behind. So Parth played the hand exactly like I did, except he didn't put himself in this spot. So we know Parth's answer. Brian, you're calling this river because it doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, and I'm raising to a bigger size on the river too than this.
Okay.
I think you can get way more value from 10x here. Is why
Okay, you think 10x was going to pay more than?
Yeah, I'm check raising to like like 800 here to get 10x to fold on the board pairing river after checking the turn. I think I need to go massive to get that hand to fold.
Right. You're not, by the way, you're not check raising.
Or in position raising huge to get a 10 to fold.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're going to go 600.
Yeah, 700, which may this line might not happen then in that situation, which that's not why I'm doing it, but the reason for me doing it, I think I need to go bigger to get a 10 to fold.
And I thought that the 10 was not happy on when the 10 checks the turn, that's a 10 that is being very tentative. And when he bets the 100, he's being very tentative. And so I didn't think he was going to call the 600, but that's fine. I'm with
he's targeting your like ace high missed draws at that point is what I'm thinking when he goes 100.
Right. And then I answer him, he says, am I good? And when I answer him with 600, it's like, okay, you gave me an answer, I'm folding. And when I answer him with 300, it's like, oh, fuck it. It's 300 and the pot's huge. That's my thought. I see your calibration difference. All right, let's see. What is Melanie doing? Melanie is saying before the jam.
So like the turn, I would not check the turn, but once we've checked the turn, I would just call the small bet on the river.
Gotcha. So you don't get in this situation. And how much are you betting on the turn? The pot is on the turn. The pot was 647 on the turn.
647. 450 or something like that.
Okay. 450, a 10's probably calling you. All the flush draws are calling you and you get to charge them. Okay. That makes sense. And Brian likes bet turn call river there. All right. But as played, you're calling that shove, right? All right.
Yeah. As you played it, I'm calling the shove. It doesn't make sense.
Who's calling the shove? Okay, now as played, who's calling the shove? So Mel's betting the turn. Parth checked the turn. Brian's betting the turn. Larry's
betting the turn for 200, and then I don't know what he's doing on the river.
I'm overfolding river.
Right. If you did this. Okay. There we go. All right. I think we got everybody's answer.
The key thing here though is that he's capable. Like that's the most important part about this.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Hello, Rob. Welcome. Okay. So yeah, exactly, Brian. And the thing you said was it has to be turning a pair into a bluff.
That's what I think he's turning like as pair 10s into the bluff.
Yep. King 10.
King 10
into a bluff. That's what he turned in.
Wow, man. That's what an awesome hero there.
It's an awesome play by him too.
Awesome play by him. Right. Exactly.
That's a really good play. Like I wouldn't be loving this call in this situation.
No, I didn't.
I just wouldn't be able to think of what does this for value. And not
what is leading to him deciding that he wants to jam over your small raise?
Here's why. Actually, somebody else talk if you know, because I have an opinion as to what he saw.
I mean, the only indicator is sizing, right? So your sizing wasn't saying I've got a boat.
Yeah, I think his sizing is what tells him. And I think that he has correctly realized that he does not have any, like, that you're not bluffing and that he can't call with a 10 here. Like a 10 is just not winning ever.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think
he's targeting directly your hand.
He's targeting my hand exactly, and many of you guys would have folded it for that reason. He did that. His analysis was perfect.
Yeah.
Could it be just saying that he doesn't have he's not blocking any flush draws. So could it just been that close to where he's like, I'm not blocking a flush draw?
Well,
that would be
way to think about it is that
jam over flush draw. He can call a flush draw. He has to jam. He only has to jam when he correctly puts me on one pair.
Right. But it's also he could be putting you on a flush draw as well, which he's not blocking either one of those.
Right, but he doesn't need to raise the flush draw. He can just call.
No, he's just got huge balls.
What he correctly deduced is the same thing that we correctly deduced, is that he
Right.
doesn't have a set and we don't have a set when we go
Right.
check on the turn.
Right.
So we have no boats now on the river.
Right.
And he can rep a boat here. I don't believe his line, because I don't think his boat ever bets $100 on the river, because
Right.
our range has enough over pairs and 10x and stuff like that.
You know,
Right.
a
But
set
he also-
has to, on this texture, a set is not checking. You guys are right.
Yeah, so
Right.
now
Scotty,
what
can
is
you-
his value? It's a deuce is the only thing that he decided to turn to a bluff on the flop that he opened from early position.
Right.
Well, he's got a call. There's only two combos, ace two suited. He's not. It's very hard for him to have a deuce.
Yep.
Yes. Very hard for him to have a deuce.
So
And deuce doesn't. And
And does the
doesn't go
deuce take that
size.
size on the river?
because how many of you guys? First of all, remember how many of you guys raised the river to 320? Not a lot. So therefore, he correctly deduced when he has a deuce there. He's not betting 100 to try to get me to raise, because most people don't raise there. Most people just call the kings there.
Well, if he has a deuce, he probably overbets the river.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
bets bigger with the deuce because he can't count on him doing this to get, to induce me to do this. Okay.
Scotty,
now,
this
you were
is
saying
a
where?
fascinating hand. Can you reiterate or just go over again your thought process when you got the call? Because I think I'm reflexively overfolding here.
Right. Okay. So we're talking about, so we're on the river. His $100 bet looks very, very much to me like a block bet, because when he checks, I'm going to bet my value. I'm going to bet my overpairs. It's a block bet. Plus he gets called. He can get called by worse. He can get called at this size by my ace 5 of clubs, where I just go,
Yeah.
so he can get called and I can have ace 5 of clubs. So he's value betting and block bet. It's a bet for value. Remember, he has a 10. He's betting for value, and he's there probably going to fold to a raise, right? That's that's from him. All of this makes sense. I correctly deduce this and say, I have that stuff beat. What will a 10 call? What exactly will a 10 call? I say 320. Brian says 600. Parth said 300. Okay. That's a calibration issue, but that's my thought.
You know what? And I'm actually agreeing more with, I don't know, because he is a thinking player. I think that 600 is kind of pushing it. I think against a non-thinking player, 600 is probably like a bad
600 also largely eliminates his check chain.
Yeah, because
his re-raise.
I'm making
not the goal. It's just that I'd like against a wreck. I think that when I check turn, I think I can get pretty greedy on the river against it.
But Scotty, we interrupted you. Can you go through your thought process? Because I don't see it.
This is my thought. So this is my thought process, and my thought process includes both these thought processes. I'm thinking about what I think he has at the moment he jams. Before he jams, I'm just thinking, I'm not saying what happens if he jams. I'm not doing that. I'm thinking here, I think he has a 10. This feels like a 10. Sometimes it's a post-oak bluff. When it's a post-oak bluff, it doesn't matter. Does not matter. So I go 320 to get called by a 10. So we're all clear on, you're clear on that, Larry, right? All thought process.
Clear now. Yeah.
Right. And I absolutely considered not doing it. And then the actual truth, because remember, this was recent and I remember it. It was, I knew that my check back on the turn was dubious. That might be a mistake. It's got some advantages, but I think its disadvantages outweigh it. But I did it. And I did it a little bit out of fear. And I know this. And I knew it at the time. So at this point, I said, I'm repeating myself because this is how I played it. I said, I think this is mostly a 10. I'm going to play this hand like the best player in the world. I'm the best player in the world. You have a 10. I'm acting on it. What do I do when you have a 10? $320 exactly. That's what a 10 will call. Now he jams. And I go, fuck. So first thing I did, I said, fuck. I turn my chair around. I go back and go, oh, why do I do this to myself? Okay. I look at him. I get no physical read at all. Nothing. And I've watched him play and I've watched him bluff. I've seen this guy play and I have no tells on this guy at all. The only tell I have is that earlier in the session, he did a jam against against a woman who was sitting to his right, who was also young, who was also Asian, who he may or may not have known, who was pretty. And she folds and he shows her his cards. And I don't say, hey, show one, show all, because I'm trying not to be that guy right at that point, although I really wanted to see whether it was a bluff or not. She takes her hand and she slaps her own hand, and then he mucks the hand. So was it a bluff? Was it not? What was her reasoning going there? I don't know. But that's what happened. But I also know he's capable of bluffing without that. So it wasn't just that. Now, having said all that, when he jams here, I go, this is under bluffed. So therefore, my first thought is fold. But don't stop thinking. What hands make sense? Let's go. If this wasn't a 6 of hearts, if this was the 6 of spades, this bluff might have worked. But when this is the 6 of hearts, and there are 2 flush draws on the board, and I call his bet, what is my range? My range is over pairs. My range is club draws.
When you call it check raise flop?
Check raise flop. My range is over pairs. My range is other tens. My range is club draws. My range is ace, king of hearts. All those things could call that check raise once, right?
Yeah.
Now, against that range, what does he check on the turn? Does he check a set when I can have over pairs that can continue to pay him?
Yeah, he doesn't check this wet board.
Does he check this wet board when I've got against my clubs? No. Does he check it when the heart comes? So the back door comes? No. None of those check. Now, this contradicts my thought on the turn, and I know this, but my thought on the turn is bad. And I've gotten smarter in the 60 seconds between the turn and the river. I decided to be smarter. I was scared on the turn, and now I'm the best player in the world. So none of those hands make sense. All right, what else? Deuces. A deuce. Check raise deuce. What deuce can check raise here? Ace deuce of clubs can check raise here. Absolutely. That fits. And it can check the turn. That fits. And then the deuce on the river. And he's got me. That fits. Is ace deuce of clubs betting 100? Fuck no.
No, not
Yeah, you're right.
That's the thought process. I went through all of those combos there.
I would run through and say, does this make sense? And then if it doesn't make sense, then the final question is this guy capable though? Because sometimes they still just have it. But like
he's capable. He's capable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if this is OMC and I'm sitting here like this makes no fucking sense.
I'm not sure Scotty's done with his explanation.
Oh no, I'm done.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian. My apologies.
It's just that when you get to the river against certain players that they're not capable, then it doesn't matter if it makes sense.
Right.
But like
it's important to know your customer here.
Doesn't make sense, so I kind of have to call.
So so it's very hard. Well, a good player is not calling ace deuce suited to a 3-bet from what appears to be an OMC.
Yep. A good player is probably not probably not even opening.
He doesn't have any deuces in his range against your 3-bet against the early possession open.
Yeah, all those things.
And he's capable. You've watched him play for hours and hours. Okay, I get it. I'll be honest with you. This is a call I am not capable of making. So it's important to hear how you got there because I am probably missing something in my thought process.
Right. So here we go. Moving on. And so in that hand, this is my note in real time, is check ... check, meaning on the turn going, really? Should I check here? I thought a while and went check. The child bet 100.
Okay. That got you paid. I mean,
right. Yes, it did. It worked out very well. The child bets 100. I go to 320. The child jams. He's got 1800 is what my start was. He's got me covered. And I call because of the story. That's why. The story doesn't make sense. So there's the note, and we go on. All right.
Well, you're going to go on to your angle tell.
Oh, right. We're gonna do that now. Everybody's gone once. And Rob wasn't here yet. So Rob, you get the next hand. And so the day before, the guy who sits down to my left has a withered arm. So only one of his arms works fully, and it's his right arm. And he can't use his right arm to push the chips all the way into the pot. He kind of has to fling them to even get them there, right? And so he kind of pushes them forward, and I've just been pushing them into the pot like that. And he thanked me, and all normal. Certain point, I'm in the straddle. He's directly to my left, so he raises under the gun. I look down at a shitty hand that's got a fold, and I said, "I'm not pushing your chips in if you're going to use them against me." And he laughs, right? So we're fine. Because of this extra work, he gathers up his chips early when he's going to play his hand. And I'm looking to my left, and I'm seeing it, and I see these things. Now, he's got enough control of his arm that he's not showing his cards to me, which also could happen. When he's not sure, and if he's doing that, I think that the ethical thing to do is to specifically look away when he doesn't have the ability to protect his cards. But he's not doing that. It's fine. But this is here. And the question is, it was a little, it's like, I have some information about what you want to do with your hand. How ethical is this, and what should I do? So that was the question.
Tell him to stack his chips so that it protects his cards.
Well, no, I meant the tell is his play tell that he's going to play.
Well, yeah, the tell is that he has to gather chips
right.
because of disability.
He's not exposing his hand. He's doing a very good job with his body of not exposing his hand.
Well, the problem is that he doesn't have to gather chips. He can announce bets and then go.
That's true.
So, I would say, you could say to him, "Hey, I know what you're going to do, so it's probably better if you just announce bets and then do everything, and I'll help you push it out." But, he doesn't have to. It's that courtesy. He's trying to keep the game going. But, I would say that, if you wanted to be very ethical, I'd say, "Hey, just announce your bet and then get it going after." And then people aren't able to react based on your action.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So that's a good one. And if I do that, I got to do it very quietly because I don't want to say to the table that I'm looking for these tells. So I'm doing a poker lesson at the table to one person because that person is at an unfair disadvantage and is trying to do it. All right. So I didn't do that. I just shut up and I used it, but I didn't use it as exploitatively. And what I mean by that was, normally I'm looking for them and aware that other people don't know they're there, and I act on it a lot. And this one I go, well, I know, but I'm not gonna take advantage of it as much. But
Gotti exploits the disabled. That's the lesson of the group today.
Yeah, that's the note. I absolutely did. I also, let's be honest, the reason when I looked over to see if he was protecting his cards was to see if I could see his cards. No, it's not what happened. All right. Next hand is Rob. All right, Rob. Ace 4. Oh, poor Rob. All right, here we go. Limp, 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 limp. Ace 4 suited in the straddle.
Oh, so you did straddle. Okay. Sorry, I've got to catch up with the straddles.
Yeah, it's a 3-5-10 game. So so the straddle is always on. And I'm
all right. Okay. I like a raise to about 90.
Okay. I go 75. I would not argue that 90 is wrong. That's absolutely fine. The first limper is a guy who's done a lot of limping. And I think have we seen him do a limpery raise yet? No, he does it later. So he has some value in his limping range, but we don't know that yet. We get called in 2 places. We get this flop. Check to you. What do you want to do?
Well, the last time I was in a position where I thought maybe I should check, but I figured you guys raised. you're like, no, if you take this line of like it was ace deuce and Brian, and you guys were like, if you do that, you gotta you can't just keep you're not gonna win with that hand. So I'm gonna if that makes sense, like I'm gonna follow that approach that I learned last time.
Okay, so
So I'm gonna continue.
let me correct one thing about that approach that's super, super important. So you don't get this.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
That was heads up.
In position.
That was
Oh,
heads.
I miss I miss a small guy. Yeah, I miss a
That difference is really
right.
important.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
in
I miss a
position.
small, and you're right. We were in position, so I'm gonna check.
Yeah, you're in the sandwich, right? So Mike can see checking here. Yep, we check.
Yeah,
We check checks around.
I
Great.
miss the sandwich. I still probably should have done it being out of position, but I miss the sandwich. My bad.
Right. So it checks around. Uh now at this moment,
Oh, I'm so lost.
we don't have to ask the question, what is his range yet, because we still have one piece of information. Player one could easily have a king or a queen and be checking to
Mhm.
check raise. That's easy. Right?
Yeah,
Player five probably doesn't have a king or a queen. We got that, right? Probably.
right.
Once
Well, I
player
like the fact that if first the position, who probably is the strongest, I mean, because you're not, let's just get more information then. Because player five, if he's just whatever,
Mhm.
he's
Yeah.
what is he's not gonna bet. So
He called it, he limped and called 75, and this guy limped and called 75. It's likely one of them has a pair.
right,
You know,
Oh, but you seem to have more
are we going to try
thoughts
to
on
push
the
it off? And we didn't,
small blind.
yeah, we didn't want to try to get anybody to fold their pair on the flop back when either of them could easily have a king. But now it is much less likely that either of them have a king. They could still have a queen, but probably not with this line. Good.
Okay,
Right. So
okay.
like that.
So
But we didn't know that until this guy checked again. So now we ask the
okay,
question. Now we have the maximum information. What are their ranges? Don't think this guy's got a king. Don't think this guy's got.
right. And
Oh,
he already checked behind you.
yeah,
I see where you're going with
right.
this.
So here's the thing. What would you like to do on the turn with a check to you?
Well, now I'm thinking about small, but that could maybe that's a stupid thing. But there's still two people, so I don't want to go crazy.
Mhm.
Um, I like what did you bet pre 75? Like I like a bet like nine, like 100.
Okay, fine. So you did just turn the ace into a bluff now. Uh,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
now here's my question. If you get called in one place,
Uh-huh.
and follow through on the river and try to get him to fold his pocket fives that he calls once with. If you
Am I
get
getting called by two players or just one?
one, only one calls you.
Well, I want to see which one calls me though,
Okay,
if I'm in position or not.
okay, good enough. But these are things to think about. And if you get called by both players, don't bluff.
I'm in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I should have probably bet the 100, but now I know.
Fine. Now I didn't bet 100 here. I just checked because
You did. Okay. Okay.
I said I have showdown. I do. I have an ace. I didn't do it with Jack 10 suited. I did it with an ace. I have some showdown.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got some.
I probably would have
Yeah.
checked that too.
Right. Okay. Good. There
But
we
I
go.
always play scared, so that's why I try not to play scared when
Yeah.
we speak about this and learning.
Okay. So who's betting the turn there? Rob is considering betting 100. Who's betting and how much? Feel free to turn on your mics or type it. Rob bet 100. We know that Scotty checked because I did. Let's see. What's Mike doing? What's Parth doing? What's Brian doing? What's Larry doing on the turn? Frankie, good to see Frankie. Frankie's stabbing 100, 150, just like you. Okay. That's reasonable. And I'll give a few more seconds for anybody else. And Larry,
Check.
what you doing? Brian's checking. And Brian,
Yeah, I'm
are you
checking here.
checking because you got showdown, or are you just checking because in a multi-way pot, if you don't have it, somebody else does, and ace four isn't it?
I'm just trying to figure out if I'm going to be able to get a queen to fold by the river, and I don't think I am, so I'm okay with taking my showdown value. And I don't think that they're devoid of queen. I think that if he checks here on player five checks, there's just no queens there. But
Okay.
I think that when he checks the flop, he's not devoid of queens.
Okay, good enough. Good enough. All reasonable thoughts. And the stabs make sense. I'm with you. I'm with all of you guys for the same reasons. We take the check line, and it checks around. By the way, we didn't see that. It checked around on the 3. Okay. And then the 9 comes and it's checked to you. As played, how do you want to play the turn? This is Rob's hand. You checked, you didn't get to stab the turn. So how do you want to play the river, Rob?
I am like Brian said, I'm not really scared of the queen because it doesn't make sense that he didn't value into 2 people with the queen. Like or it is just anything, either one of them. But now like a 9 really could have hit one of these fuckers. Like I mean, so I don't know if I wanna if I was gonna bet, I would think I would have to bet large because not like I'm gonna get. I mean, a 3 could beat me. I doubt that,
Right.
but I mean that they have one. But I would I would check. I would check and see what happens. Because I think maybe if someone checks me behind me with value, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, what story am I telling if I just start betting now?
I agree.
I don't know.
I think if
I
somebody
don't have a story to tell. I just
hit a
don't.
9 if somebody hit a 9 on the river, they're calling you unless you bet enormous.
Exactly. Right.
Because
And a
story
9,
doesn't.
like
Yep.
a 9 is kind of in someone's range, like
Yeah.
9, 10, like would be all over the place on this, just calling
Yep.
through.
Yep. But we have an ace. We still have showdown value against limp.
Exactly. That's why I like to check.
Yeah. So we check with our showdown value. Absolutely. We get a bet of 100 and a fold. So Ryan wanted to check to evaluate the size of the bet. There's the bet of 100. Rob, evaluate that size and tell me what you want to do.
We don't know anything about this guy. Like, I don't know what to do when I don't have any information on someone. If I don't have information, I fold.
Let me see if I have any note. Folding's fine. Folding is fine.
But if I have information, people do this. Sometimes they want you to go crazy.
Right. Let's see. All we do not have any information on the guy. We're in seat 4. He's the guy in seat 6. Let's look and see. He's capable of bluffing.
He is.
He's capable of taking a stab here, knowing that neither of us have anything. So if he open limped 6-7 suited and then called the raise and then didn't expect to win, he's capable of betting here. Unfortunately, he's also capable of having 8-9 suited and doing the exact same thing. So,
Right. But he has positions, so now I mean he had the most information, so he could do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? He could do whatever he wants. Either I'm gonna fold or I'm gonna just try to take him off a 9. So, or maybe he has the queen and he's just crazy. I don't know. But I'm thinking he had like a straight draw at some point, and maybe that 9 hit. So either I'm gonna fold or I'm going to raise to like, I don't know, 500. 600. Well, is this true? Like this pot and 100? Like, so is it really 445 total?
yes.
Is
No,
that okay? Is that's calculated? All right.
no, it's
So
340. It was 245. He bet 40% pot.
okay. All right. Okay. So now we're at 345. So yeah, I would either fold it or bet at least 5 to 600.
Nice. Excellent.
Don't know.
Yep.
Don't know which.
Nope, that's fine.
To be honest, I really don't.
And when you're sitting at that decision where both plays make sense, now is the time to take a physical read.
And think about what we said on the last 2 streets.
Say again, Brian?
Think about what we said on the last 2 streets. We said he probably doesn't have a lot of queen X when he checks the turn. Right. He can check the flop with the queen. He probably doesn't by turn. He can have some 9X. He can still have hands like 7s or 8s or probably 7s or 8s or 6s and stuff that are like kind of bluffing and just stabbing and don't know what the fuck to do.
Right.
And some 9X is very likely what his range is.
Right, which is what I'm putting him on. So a 9X would be very scared of a large bet, like 5, more Now
Well,
that
if you're
you're
trying to get a
reiterating
9 to
that,
call, how much would you bet?
I'd have to bet. Now I'm thinking I have to bet like 600 or something.
To get a 9 to call.
Oh, I don't want him to call.
No,
If you
no.
had Jack 10, you got here with Jack
he asked
10.
me to- yeah,
and
he's helping you calibrate your thing. You
Oh yeah, no, a
well,
call
wait,
like he would
you have
call. He
quad
would call.
kings.
No, yeah, he would call. I think 3 to 400 because our line doesn't make a lot of sense either now because we did this. We
Right,
checked the whole time
right.
as well.
So therefore, the
So
bluff has
we're
to
not
be
sitting at a king or a queen.
right. Yeah, therefore your bluff has
Um,
to be 500 or 600 or more. Yep, which
oh,
you found.
I
Right.
I think I'd give up because I'm thinking about this too much and I'm overthinking and if I win, yeah,
Right. So
yeah,
you're gonna fold perfectly fine.
or bet like insane and then hate myself or love my,
Right.
yeah.
The reason I don't want to go big here is that he's actually there's one hand that's just never folding is Jack 10 that can get here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't want to go massive. But
And Jack 10 could bet 100. Could bet
That's a
this
really
much
good point,
because
Brian.
I'm
But you would bet. So
hot.
what would you bet, Brian? Like 300?
So I don't think I have to go that big to get a 9 to fold. I think I think if I go like 400, I think all the queens call, but I don't think he has a lot of queens.
Right.
So like the only thing I'm targeting is like sevens, eights, sixes, five, all of that shit, maybe even 3x that somehow gets here and has, is deciding to bet for whatever reason. I don't think I need to go that big to make those hands fold.
So you're thinking like 400?
I think like I probably push it just to like 475.
Oh, okay. I wasn't that far off then. 500,
Yeah.
600. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I just always get snapped off by Jack 10. I think a queen always calls. I don't think he has a ton of queens here anyway.
No, but Jack 10, yeah, that's a good.
Right.
Yeah. I was
Yep.
more worried about yeah.
Yeah. If I bluff here, I'm with Rob's original size. I'm still with a 5 to 600, but that calibration, but again, that's a calibration belief. And
Yeah.
I mean, if you had gotten here with a 9, are you going to call a 475 check raise here? I mean, I would be slightly concerned in this spot.
I would. Yep. But I certainly wouldn't call a $600 one.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, with the queen, I'm always.
That was kind of my thought.
Right. I was trying to be sure. Right. So, yep. So that's your thought. Now,
I might still West out and fold though.
Here's the things. Here's the things I think you guys, everybody who participated in this hand, except for the one who played it, I think you guys did great. Correctly seeing that this is a fold or raise situation against the 9.
Oh, and Scotty calls.
Shut up. No one's asking what I did. This is all a learning experience. The other thing was when he's bluffing, he actually can be bluffing with a better hand here.
Yes.
Right, exactly.
He could have a better ace high.
6. Exactly.
Oh my God, yeah, you're right.
You
Shit,
can be
you could just have a better ace high.
Right.
Oh
So,
man.
Right. So that's why. So that's really good. The last question I want you guys always to ask that if you're playing in the Hungry Horse strategy, it doesn't get said out loud, and it's very important. Once you do your analysis, which you did correctly, of that this is a fold or raise situation, and once you calibrated your raise, which Brian said 475, Rob said 500 to 600, and I agreed with Rob 500 to 600. Doesn't matter what the number is. Once you come up with your number, let's say the number is 500. We can all agree on that. You then have to say, is it worth 500 to win this $345 for the amount of times I lose it? It's like, yes, you're going to win this and you're going to feel great when you win it, but are you going to win it often enough? Because if the number was 1,000 and that's what you had to get, I would say no, that it's not worth it. So with that in mind, Rob said that it wasn't worth betting, that it wasn't worth the 500 to him and he would fold. That's fine. Brian, as played, are you going to take the are you going to take your 475 bluff here, or are you going to pass on it and just fold?
I would take a $600 bluff.
If I was in
or a fold.
Okay.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Brian, my bad.
Do?
I'm sorry, I thought you were talking to me. My bad.
If it's going to be 6. No, that's my question, Rob. If it costs you 600, you had decided not to bother to do it. You decided to let it go, right?
Yeah, because I didn't see Brian's thought of 475 and kind of cutting that edge a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Brian, yeah, so you're not taking your $600 bluff. I did not think far enough, by the way. And Brian, are you taking your 475 bluff or are you going to let it go?
I think I'm probably going to take it here. I think that I'm making enough of his range fold, and the biggest problem here is Jack 10. And I think otherwise
Right. Okay.
get it
Perfect.
through often, very often.
Gotta hope we see what he has.
Oh, we're going to find out what he had. I think we know what he had, given my comment, fuck both of you guys. So,
better raise high.
So, yes. So, in game, I looked at this and thought, not a king, it's not a queen, could be a 9. And the difference between could be a 9 and not be a 9, given 3.5 to 1, I decided that it wasn't a 9 often enough that this is a profitable call. I'm going to lose most of the time, and but I'm going to win enough that this call is profitable. That's what I thought, and I did it, and I called. Now, what I didn't do, and I should have done, was to make this call. I thought this is a 9 or nothing. And what I did not think of, and I should have in game, was, wait a minute, I don't have to hope it's not a 9. I can get a 9 to fold. How much does it cost to get a 9 to fold? And my answer was $525. That's my answer. Okay. And then decide, do I want to bet 525? And if I don't, I'm going to fold. I didn't think those things in game. I only thought that this call is profitable. So I have a bluff catcher. Do I want to bluff? Did I give him rope? Fuck yes. Is he capable of bluffing? Yes. I mean, this is an easy bluff to make. He's in position.
What is he bluffing though? Like, what did you think he was bluffing? Just
what's he bluffing?
Yeah.
7-8 of clubs. I mean, he never got. All he had to do was call my bet. He just had to call this bet once pre-flop. It went check since then. He doesn't have to have a
Yeah,
jack.
you're right. He could literally have anything.
He can have anything that
yeah.
Not good enough. And all of it can bluff. He's got to bluff into 2 players, but neither of us have shown any strength. I can't call if I'm player 1 with an ace because the guy behind, but I'm last to act. So I have a bluff catcher. Can I win with my bluff catcher? Sure, sometimes. Easily over bluff spot. Thank you, Mike. All those things are true. And by the way, bluffing. He is bluffing. I correctly surmised that he's bluffing. What I did not do was think about whether my bluff catcher functions better as a rebluff. And to do that, I can go, when he has value, it's mostly a 9. Can I get a 9 to fold? Yes. Is my bluff catcher beating all of his bluffs? No, because his bluffs include pocket 4s, which will fold.
Yeah. Too.
And I didn't think any of that. And I called, and he said, you're good. And I went, oh, great. And then he turns over ace jack.
Yeah.
So this is terrible. And the only thing I did right in this hand is this. I rolled it up so you guys didn't see that I called in this, but I did this. Time to walk around the casino. And I got up because maybe this came from a little happy tilt of the king 10 hand. I've got a mountain of chips in front of me. It's one white chip. I've got a mountain of white chips in front of me right now. And I successfully got them by a difficult call. So maybe I'm on happy tilt.
Yeah, that's part of why I would love to bluff here is that he has enough bullshit bluffs as well, other than 9x.
Exactly. This hand was very badly played by me and very well analyzed by you guys. All right. So that's that hand. All right. Up next is user 12234.
Yeah.
I forgot. What is your first name? You've told it to me.
Frankie. It's me.
Frankie, Sorry. That's right. Oh yeah, we've got it there. Frankie.
Yeah, I just got out and come back in. How you doing?
Hello, Frankie. All right, here's your hand. You have got this. So that's the note. And the only thing I did right was I did get up from my chair. I did walk around. I did think about it. I did take the time to type it in for you guys. And then I said, I've now know what I should have done. I can continue to play. I don't have to go home. So I did. Plus the table was good. All right, here we go. Frankie, you have got, let me move you guys out of the way. You've got ace queen in the hijack. What would you like to do? It's folded to you.
30. Standard open, I guess.
Go 30. and you get raised to 120 on the button. And
All right.
this is the
Against it.
same guy. This
Hmm.
is no, this is not the same guy, different thing. It's in this seat here. And the player, okay, so here's what I need to tell you about this guy. We have seen this guy squeeze. So there was a raise and a call. He squeezed, and the hand that he had was Queen Jack suited. So he is a capable player who knows about squeezing and who knows that Queen Jack suited is a better hand than recreational players think it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's him. He raises you to
You
one.
know,
What do you want to do?
he also knows that we're not a recreational player, right?
We don't know what he thinks of us. We don't know what he
Okay.
thinks of us.
Yeah, I agree with Mike. We're gonna 4-bet him. If we saw him squeeze Queen Jack or diamonds, we're definitely crushing his range, given that info.
All right. So you guys are going for the squeeze. Now, sorry, you guys are going for the 4-bet.
4-bet, yeah.
Hijack against button. Now,
Mhm.
it is a 4x. And so all right. So you're going to get another hand because this one's very short. So I just folded. I know that he knows the 3-bet, the weak 3-bets, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have the strong 3-bets. And the fact that it was 4x was the thing that put me over.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Just an instant fold. This in GTO, this is a very small 4-bet bluff and then a fold.
Mm-hmm.
So, and mostly folding. I'll show it to you guys so we can all visualize the range. All right, here we go. Okay. So, we'll look at it in the wizard. We'll look at it in 6-handed in the wizard. Not that it matters. He's the hijack, right? No, I'm the hijack. I raise my ace queen in the hijack, which we always do. There we are. Obviously, the hijack always raises ace queen. We raise it. It's the button that re-raises us only to 8, so not that big. Back on the hijack. The ace queen does some folding, does a little bit of calling, does this. This is in the wizard. In peak, with a rake, we'll look at the two of them. Because peak does a lot less calling of the ace queen. So cash games, we are going to look at it 200 and 100. So first we'll go with it. We'll go with this because the size is right. So we raised from the hijack. The button goes to 10, comes back around on the hijack, and we have almost no calls in peak. And this is with no rake. And we mostly fold, but there's, the most is small. Okay. But again, this is only to 10. If we were 200 big blinds deep, and we're 150 big blinds deep ish, maybe more, at 200 in peak, hijack raise, button 3-bets, and back on the hijack, no raises from the ace queen, some calls. That's the world of peak. In a raked game, rake structure in a 100 is the closest thing to what we have. And we only have this size. Hijack raises, button 3-bets, back on the hijack, similar to the wizard. Because it was 4, I decided that the correct adjustment was to do less calling and more 4-betting, and to tighten up the range, and ace queen fell out and I folded. So there's your answer about what it is GTO, and I just did it. Right or wrong, that's all that happened in that hand. Now, Mike, why are you instantly 4-betting him, and why is this easily over? Why is this a bluff from him? Tell me.
No. It's a bluff from you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a bluff from you. And no, I'm not instantly 4-betting him. It's just based on if he's a good player or not. If he was just unknown or just some other, I would instant fold. I would instantly fold.
Right. So
but I thought it was the same guy as before. You said it was a different guy, but you felt like he was a pretty decent player. So I would lean towards the 4-betting. I think they'll overfold pretty significantly to the 4-bets.
Mm-hmm.
More than GTO would say. They're not going to defend as much, I don't think.
Okay. Good reasons. Yeah, this was the guy. Yeah, this was not the same player as the last hand. And this is definitely the player who I saw do the 3-bet with a queen, 3-bet squeeze with a queen jack suited. And I thought about this and the thing that pushed me over the edge was that it was a 4x. I went, all right. I'm not going to dedicate that. So that's what happened. All right.
Hey, can I have a quick question? Sorry.
Yes.
Can
Then Frankie gets another hand if he's still here. Did we lose Frankie? We lost Frankie. Oh, all right. When Frankie comes back, he gets a hand. Go on. Yes, Rob.
Yeah. I'm just like I only run like 6-handed. So in 6-handed, I was looking up 8-handed, which I don't have 9-handed on peak.
Yep.
But like in 6-handed, I guess I only had 8, so I didn't look at it. But in 8-handed, I should look at 6. Anyways, like in 8-handed, it's like an instant fold on peak.
8-handed 100? Not.
Yeah.
It's an often fold, but it's not an instant fold.
Depends on your
Well,
position.
it was
It's
all
right,
blue. Like it's all.
Is it? Let's look at this. Let's look to
Yeah,
see.
unless if I did something
Peak.
wrong.
Let's see. Peak. Let's make
But
sure we're looking
only
at the same things. Cash,
8-handed.
8 max,
8
100 big
max.
blinds deep, right?
Right.
Hijack raises. Hijack raises. Button 3-bets him. We're back on the hijack, and the ace queen. Oh, sorry, it's big blind. Sorry, hijack raises. We didn't get the button 3-bet. Button 3-bets. Back on the hijack. And it does almost no calling, but it still has some raising. It's got some re-raise bluffing.
Oh, okay. I might have miscued, but okay.
Yeah,
Sorry. It threw. That's why I asked, because it threw me off that like,
yeah,
you're calling like less with less people. That didn't seem to make sense. So
no, the number of people is not the issue. It's one is a raked game and the other's an unraked game. And
wait, peak includes rake, right?
The 6 includes rake. The 8 does not include rake.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Right. And that's what I think. Yeah.
I didn't.
Which is weird because the 6 is the 2.5 and this is the 3. That's what we were told.
It was defaulted to 6 because I only play 6-handed, but
right. That's fine. And you're probably right. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Thanks. I thought my whole philosophy was just destroyed for 25 years.
The unraked game, we will raise or fold, and in the raked game, we have more calls. That doesn't make sense to me. So,
okay, that makes sense. All right, thanks. Sorry about that.
Right? The 8-handed is unraked, and the 6-handed is raked, right? Somebody confirmed that I'm not.
Yeah, that's what the word is.
Yeah, I'll check that. Okay, let me make a little note here. Just because the way the ace queen is doing what I would not expect given that relationship. Just to show. Okay, so
yeah, I mean, I asked Justice Lee about, and that's the way he explained it.
Yeah, not rake 6 rake. We'll look it up on Google later, but not now. Okay, we're gonna move on with this.
Sorry, thank you so much.
Yeah, because I didn't make my decision. I didn't look it up in peak and then make my decision. I knew that I was of the opinion that ace queen was a 4-bet fold in this situation, and I decided not to 4-bet against the 4x. Moving on. Frankie is back. It's his hand. Frankie is not back. So we're going to go from Frankie. We're going to jump up to Larry. Where did Brian go? Yeah, no, we're going to go to Brian now.
All right.
Up top or the bottom. All right, here we go. And what you have is all right. I don't need to do this. What you have is this. Google Chrome, you have the next hand, which is pocket tens. And your pocket tens are in the small blind, and it is folded to you. What would you like to do?
Ace.
Okay, how much?
Like 45.
All right, we went 40. Good enough. You get called by the straddle. You flop this.
Check.
All right, we check. He checks behind. Turn is a 6. What would you like to do?
I think he's got a ton of kings here.
God damn it, Mike. Sorry. I suck. All right.
He probably doesn't have a ton of kings here.
Mike is next after Brian.
So I would consider thin value betting here,
Jesus. I
and I'm
saw.
okay with owning myself.
Right.
What is his range? He has some 9x. He can have worse pocket pairs. I would bet. I don't think I can go that big to target. I mean, like the only thing that I can target for a decent size here is a 9.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna go small to target all the pairs and go like 35 here.
All right, 35. I'm going to go 40, but on the exact same thought. All right, here we go. 45, same thought. But yes, I'm with you on it. We get called. Great. River is a 6.
Right. Well, people don't like to fold full houses.
Exactly.
Um, I could just target 9x and go like. I mean, the thing is, it's full houses, so like, I think I'm just probably going to be using a pretty big size here either way, and say, um, I'd probably go. I'm trying to decide if I really need to make that much of a difference in sizing to get like 7s to call, as I do to get 9s to call. I think I'm just going to target the 9x and go like 225 here.
Okay. I decided to target ace high. What's your size for ace high?
Like 40.
Okay. I decided 100 and
This
maybe
is value of Brian.
this may be value of Brian.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Right.
Definitely.
When I got called, I turned over my hand with the chip on it as I pushed it forward because you have a 9
Lost to a king.
and I've won. And I lost to a king.
Yeah,
How does he
I'm,
not against me?
I'm okay with owning myself there. That's not a big deal.
Me too, but why did he not raise the river with this king? What is he afraid of?
You could have a 6.
I could have an 8. I could have aces. I could have
Aces.
I could have checked the flop with aces. I could have a 6. Really? Really? I was so happy. I was so happy that I didn't get raised. All right. So that's
Well, I would have lost a lot more money.
you would have lost $120 more. Not a lot more. You bet 35, I bet 45. So on the flop and then 200. Yeah, so you would have lost 110 more than me. But you wouldn't have lost the 100 on the previous hand with the ace 4. So there you go. So you're still ahead. All right.
Let's be results oriented.
Exactly. Mike has 2 hands coming. Right. Ace queen.
Oh boy.
I hope you get your ass 3-bet. All right, here we go. What are we gonna do?
Standard open.
There we go.
Oh
And
yay.
the standard.
Yeah, standard check fold on the flop.
4 callers.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Man, I'm kind of torn here. This is actually not a bad one to go ahead and c-bet with, but also we are 5 players here in a hand.
Thank you for saying at least it's not a bad one to c-bet. All right. Now, which do you want to do?
I think I would check here. Just if we were 3-handed, I think I'd probably lean towards c-betting, but we're 5-handed and
just check and take your equity.
yeah, which we have a lot of.
Do it. Yeah, we have a lot of it and see if they let you do it. Right. But we don't hate the bet, right? We don't hate a bet.
No, no,
right?
I don't. But with this, I mean, this very specific hand is like, I think, okay for a c-bet.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
Yep.
And this hand and this flop.
Yep. Yep. So that's why we did it. I think the check is probably better, but there we go.
Oh, okay, I think that makes our turn decision easy. I assume he checks.
Yep.
I would absolutely check.
Right, we check, and it goes check through. Great.
Okay, we're somewhat happy.
We have the best hand, probably. Probably have the best hand. 6 of clubs
We're
comes.
less happy, but we're okay.
Yeah. Check.
What does he do? He checks. I would just be, jeez. Now I don't know. Actually, I was just about to say I'm just checking, but
Okay, but now reconsider.
yeah, we can actually consider value here.
Mhm.
This is weird because we're in the middle of a sandwich. I know if I was last to act, I think I think I would check if I was last to act. Gosh, this is hard. I think I'd still check, but if I were to bet, I would bet on the small side.
Okay. And what's the small side? Is the small side 80 or is the small side 100 or is the small side?
The small side is like around 100, yeah. About like a B33 sizing. Maybe half pot is okay here.
Fair enough. Okay, good enough. Right.
I just
But
think we're still going to be beat quite a bit.
yeah, yeah. Weird two pair. Yeah. Not ace nine and ace jack so much two pairs, but some well,
Yeah.
actually,
And
no.
they're
Is it
and they're just not going to turn
check
anything
through?
worse into bluffs like at nearly enough frequency to not value bet maybe. So
Yeah, the turn checked through. So I don't think you're up against two pair. Yeah, I don't think you're up against two pair. Okay. Here we go. We check and we get a bet of 100. Now, at this moment, before we've seen what the straddle does, we are strongly considering calling this, right?
yep.
We're not, this is not an instant fold under any circumstances. Now, let me give you my note on the guy who did this. This is a not good player who made this bet. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
And this is how not good these players are. Let me check my notes here. I believe that we're in the right place. We've gotten here. Okay, a little while later, the worst players have left. There are three other players who seem to be capable at my table. Fuck that. I ask for table change. I am at the right table. There are three guys who don't know all the rules. Literally don't know all the rules to betting. They don't know they don't know about string bets, and they are not Hollywooding it. And I have given them no lessons in poker, but I have given them lessons in the rules. The guys next to me, I've been very nice to him. We've been talking about other things, been talking about, jobs and things like that. But I have said to him, like the string bet thing, saying, you can say you have to put it all out at the same time, or you can say a number and then you can do whatever you want, but you can't do this. And I even said, and the reason is, imagine somebody puts out $100, looks around to see, and then puts out another 100 and then looks around to see, like that. And not that ever happened, but I've given him no strategic advice, but I've talked to him about the rules. He didn't understand what the straddle was, and I explained what the straddle was, things like that. There are three of them. They came as a group. They all work at the same company. And none of them, and the best of them, because they said he's the one who wins all the money in their game, he's not a good player. All right. So this is great. I haven't won money from the yet. I haven't had any coolers or anything like that. I've just had to do a lot of folding up till this. And then and that's when we're at this hand. He's one of, and so this 100 is one of those bad players. Okay. This call is for one of these bad players. Now, what do you want to do? Because
well, okay, that makes me want to fold more often.
Okay.
But now you got a call from this other guy.
Mm-hmm.
And did you go over? Was he part of this group? This other guy?
Yep.
Okay. I think you can fold here, and
he may. No, I don't know that he was from the three bad play. That he was from the totally clueless group, but he wasn't a good player. So the note is here. It doesn't say whether he's from the clueless group, but he probably was. But he was absolutely a bad player. I have that in there.
So when the other guy bets, I mean, you're beating every other ace that doesn't have two pair here.
Yes.
You're blocking straights, you're blocking flushes. I mean, I think to one bet, it's easy. I
Yep.
think it'd be an easy call because they can be making a bet not knowing they probably shouldn't be betting, but
Yep.
When the other guy calls, I'm almost like you can almost consider turning this into a bluff, is what I'm thinking. Like rather than calling,
Interesting.
raising.
I didn't consider that. I did not consider turning it into a bluff.
I don't like calling anymore because of the overcall. But again, they just could have. They definitely can have. But now you're twice as likely to not have the best hand type of thing. That's not the right way to phrase that. But
Yep.
I would be absolutely fine over folding here. But boy, if they're really that bad, they're could be value betting something worse. It's tough.
Yeah, that's why my note says so fuck.
Yeah.
Because that's what made it really difficult, those competing things. All right. Anybody else? What's your answer? Fold, call, or raise? By the way, I did not consider raising. I don't just mean I think it's a bad idea. I didn't even think of it in the moment. I was totally on call or fold. That's all I can say.
I didn't think about it till Mike said it, but I don't think it's a terrible spot to raise.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think the guy last to act has got a ton of flushes here.
Oh, this guy didn't have a flush.
No, the guy
This guy.
that bet. I don't think he's got a ton of flushes here. I think he probably goes bigger a lot of the time when he has a flush here.
Not this guy.
Okay, not him.
We
He's
saw.
not a sizing tell kind of guy.
No, the sizing tell is that this is the guy. If I'm remembering which guy it is, this is a guy who did not know how to bet who when he was short stacked. And by the way, they may not have this much deep. I don't think they're this deep. I just didn't enter it. I think this guy's got 300 left or something like that.
Oh, I don't want to raise then. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Never mind. We don't want to raise.
Oh, he only has 300 left.
I don't remember. I didn't make the note here, but I'm picturing the table now, and I remember that he was short stacked the whole time. He bought in for 400 and he stayed around there. But at one point when he had maybe 200 and he flopped the nuts, he ends up with his betting pattern leaving himself $30 behind with the nuts. That's how afraid he just didn't understand the size of a bet you could make. And I didn't say anything to him.
Well, then maybe I don't want to raise if he's short and he's not a sizing tell. He's still betting into two players.
Sizing tell is not indicative of not having a flush.
He's a I'm trying to get called type of player. I think I probably just call here. I don't know if it's great, but
yeah. So
I might fuck it call here.
That's what I did, and it was just like, Jesus. So I call. He's got the 4-3 of clubs. He's got a flush, and so be it. For example, he called the 4-3 of clubs in the field pre-flop.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe this is undisciplined, but I probably am calling there like almost all the time because I'm just like for that price, I'm probably just like fuck it.
Yeah, right. So the first
Did the other guy show?
No. And I might have been frustrated enough that I said out loud and turned to him and go, I hope I had you beat. But that's not an insult to him. That's just sort of my own problem. And I also might have just thought it myself and not said it. All right, Mike, you have Queen 8 suited. And call.
Ooh, well. Yeah, I think we know what I'm not going to flat. I'm not going to flat.
Okay.
I would either fold or ISO.
Okay.
And then we do have info like.
Yeah. The first call you've played with him before. We've discussed him. This is MAGA Jimmy, and he doesn't like to fold pre-flop to raises. Doesn't mean he won't. Doesn't mean there isn't a size that he won't do it. Doesn't mean he doesn't have a range, but he doesn't like to.
And then the other guy?
The other guy is clueless. He's one of the clueless players.
Yeah. Okay. I'd probably just let it pass, but certainly don't fault you for raising.
No, that's what I did. I just let it pass. Wasn't sure if I should. Okay. There we go. All right. Those are your two hands. One of them was
Thanks, Scotty.
I did not know that this boring one was coming up next. I wish I did when I said, okay, I wish I had looked ahead and knew that. All right. Ace 8. And ace 8 goes to Mike, Larry. All right, Larry, you got ace 8.
Ace 8. Let's open it to $30.
Hey, we do. We got a call. We get a call. Oh, this is so great. You're going to hate this. I remember this hand so clearly now. All right, here we go. 5, 6, 10. Check to you.
I'm going to check.
Absolutely going to check. No problem. This guy bets 40. Fold.
I don't think we can fold yet. We've got too much going on. Too many backdoors and an over.
Okay. All right. So that's enough. So if you're not going to fold, do you want to play this as a call or a check raise? Those are your only two choices. If you're not
It's
folding.
true. What do we know about this guy?
All right. Good question. Here's what we know. We saw him decide to make this bet. His hand was on the way to check and then got the chips. Out of position, we can fold. No? Yes, we can, Mike. We can. Larry says we shouldn't. He says we have too much going on for this small a bet for 25% into a pot when we're last to act. But yes, we can fold. But now we saw him decide.
Well, I think that we
he wasn't
have a viable check raise.
Right. Now, let me add one other note. You're the best player in the world, and you've seen this tell.
Let's check raise to 120 to 150.
How about 200? Same thought.
Sure.
Okay, but same thought, right? And we're deep.
Yeah.
All right. Boom. Excellent. Pick up equity. Lots of equity.
This is it's the best card in the deck. Bar an ace.
It is.
We are SPR 3. We bet 400, 800, 1200. I think we bet around 400.
You're not looking at the chat. Mike just said double check raise. All right. After this, we do not have a tell or anything about the way he called. We just, just that he was willing to call a check raise. All right, here we go. What would you like to do?
I think generally solver likes to continue when it improves its equity, which we clearly did. And the size it usually, I think, decides on is around a B75. Okay. So I would bet around 400.
Okay, we go to 5. Same thoughts. We just did it to 5.
Yeah.
And he called.
One time.
So it would be nice to get there, wouldn't it? Except
yes.
If we get there, who will be upset? One person will be upset if we get there, not him.
Me.
Brian will be upset. And Brian, you have nothing to be upset about. Here you go.
We like blocking the nuts. And clubs missed. We can get 9s to fold. We can get a 10x to fold. I think we need to triple here and put it all in.
All right. Excellent thoughts. But just one thing here. On the 4-liner, do we need to jam to get this to go? He's got flush draws, which are insta folding.
True.
If we check, he checks back with the 4 here. He checks back his 10 and his pocket 9s and his pocket 8s, and we just lose. So how much do you need to bet to get a 10 to fold on the 4-liner? Does he have a 4? No,
I think if he was
he didn't have a 4.
between two minds, between checking and betting, I think that does drive him more to draws. It's true that a 4 is a straight.
Mm-hmm.
Hard for him to have a 4.
Really hard for him to have a 4. It's really hard for us
Um,
to have a 4 too.
I mean, there is an argument to block that here. I mean, I think our sizes all in are 300 or 400. Those are the two. I think that I think the right size is all in. I mean, we're representing tens. Is what we're
Excellent.
doing.
Excellent. So we're gonna go all in. That's fine. And it's gonna work. He's gonna fold. But I didn't go all in. I went 700 and he folded. And the 700, my claim is not, I'm claiming this was thought that there was thought and calibration here. And it was that he is going to fold pocket 8s and pocket 9s to this number. It's enough of it to do it.
Yeah, pocket 8s, pocket
Mm.
9s, and his auto folds around clubs. Yeah.
And I have all the auto folds to go. And I don't have to go all in. And the all in is slightly less believable because of the 4-liner. I shouldn't be afraid of a 4, okay? But he doesn't know that.
I could be wrong, but you used a pot size on turn, right?
Just under. Just under.
So that actually, I think that strengthens his range.
Right.
And so pointing more towards a 10x.
Yeah, I
But his
don't
eights
like
and
the
nines
small
had straight-
size.
Notice his 8s and 9s had a straight draw to go with their pair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah.
So he still might have called the 500. He might have.
I think you're jamming. I think jam's still better.
Okay.
Like sometimes he just has like 8-7 here, and and 10x, and I think you just have to jam to get those hands to fold. I think you just folded out a flush draw is what I would assume here. When you bet 700.
What I believe I folded out was ace 6 of clubs exactly because
That's a possibility too. Yeah.
I don't see reason why he lies.
Yeah, I mean that's like that hand will fold. 7x will fold. I think that we just don't have any brick walls here though.
Right.
Like, I think we just always get a 10 to fold, so we might as well jam.
Okay. Good enough. Good enough. So maybe I made the wrong sizing against the 10, but but the 10 doesn't fold to the jam. I made the right sizing against the 10.
You picked the
That's
right
true.
sizing directly against his exact hand of ace 6 of clubs. Like I think that's
There's an argument that people overfold here that you don't need to empty the barrel live as much you do as you're online.
Yep.
yeah.
But-
It's just like you're like, oh, I can get 9s, 8s, and 9s. It's like, well, we can get a 10 to fold too.
Okay.
And it's like I don't know.
That's
I mean, I just don't think they have a ton of 8s and 9s here at this
Mhm.
point. I think they have a lot more hands that would be like 7-8 or 7-4 or some shit like that.
Those hands. Well, 7-4 is fucked.
Oh,
But
7-4, not 7-4, not 7-4. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right. But 7-8 I pick up. This should be enough to fold a 7-8 and an 8-8 and a 9-9 and all those. And the question is it enough to fold a 10 jack or an ace 10? We don't know. You think that it's not, and you think I have to go the full amount, and you think that the full amount will fold it out.
What was the pot? The pot is 1,500.
It's 1,500. I bet half pot.
If I mean, I don't know. I don't know the player, but in this spot, I'm like, if I have ace 10, I'm not folding. I don't
Right.
think. At this
Now,
point.
Let's go back to the initial read.
I should have been paying. Okay, so we go.
The initial read is when we did our check raise, he was going to check and then he decided to bet. He was going to remember.
Okay.
We're the best player in the world. He was going to check and he decided to bet. Does that sound like a 10 to you? Doesn't a 10 go
Probably
the
not.
direction for most people? They're gonna bet and then they decide to check it for pot control. Isn't the instinct of a 10 to bet here?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
The flush draw, and he can't have a 10 and a flush draw also. The best 10 that he can have that feels comfortable checking behind is 10 jack of diamonds kind of 10, right? 10-9 of diamonds. It's got the straight draw and those kinds of things.
yeah.
Those hands are thinking about betting and then check. He thought about checking and then bet.
I mean, like, what is it, the thing with Bart Hanson, like on the river here, not spending the extra $500 to make a 10 fold is probably costing you more than
Okay,
putting that, like, what is his whole thing? It's like, if you don't put in
good enough.
the 500 here and you get it and a 10 calls, it costs you more than it does
Right.
when you blast and you get it to fold.
Yep. Okay. Excellent thoughts. Now, do you think that when you balance that thought against the initial read, do you still maintain that that's the more important thought? And you can. I'm not trying. I'm just putting it out there.
I think it's important that we get everything to fold here.
Good enough. Good enough. We got him to
That's
fold.
what I think. Yeah, then like
Right. We enjoyed that. All right. Up next is Mel, who's gone. Parth is gone. Rob, Frank, Brian. All right. Here we go.
that was quick.
Yep. That's what happens. All right. Here we go. Larry, with that in mind, because it switched over to Brian. So Larry, on this river, you were going to jam, and we had my conversation about the different ranges. Given the read on the flop, do you still prefer the jam to the 700? Not based on his hand, but based on the hand included in that read.
It's a good question. I think it tells a more consistent story, and I think his range is stronger when we use pot size on turn.
Okay.
So I think I
agree
prefer
with you about
jams.
story. I do agree with you about story though of going 700 here because like a lot of your hands that are betting for value might not jam forever here.
Right. And here's where. Oh, sorry, Larry. Finish your point. I'm want to make sure that you got.
Yeah, it's 2 points. One, it's a consistent story with tens, and two, I think his range is more filtered and stronger on turn when you use a pot size bet.
Yes. And therefore, you think that you think the jam is needed.
I think the jams is more appropriate.
Okay, good enough. Excellent. And then the last thing was, in order to tell the consistent story, when the 4-liner came in, and I have my hand, which is an overpair and pocket tens are the most common hands I'm going to do this with. Do any of those hands bet a little smaller to try to get called by it, to look like they're trying to get called by a 10, but not to put everything in because he could have a 4. You don't think he does. It doesn't make a lot of sense to him have 4, but he could. And
I think that is a mitigating circumstance. There's locked up equity.
Yeah. So I consider what it looked like to him. And now I could be off the rails. I could be so in the weeds of what they are or aren't thinking. But I did, but at the moment I did think that. I'm bluffing. I have the winning hand. What size am I going to go with my pocket tens here? Am I jamming them? And I thought, no, I'm actually not. I'm trying to get called by a smaller range here. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm making my hand look like I would with the tens.
Did he show or did he say I got?
No, he just told me.
Yeah.
He just told me.
Nice hand, sir.
He said he said a 6 of clubs. I said you had a mountain of outs. I said you had a mountain of outs, but not the 7 of clubs.
Ah, well done.
And he said pocket tens, and I said yes. That is what happened. All right, next hand is. Now it's really Brian who gets ace king suited. All right. Here we go. Folded to you, ace king suited. All right. Brian stepped away from the table.
Sorry, no, I was talking. I didn't realize I was on mute. 45.
40? Okay, we go 30.
45.
45 is fine. We go 30. We get the 120.
Yeah, we're out of position. Only 1,000 effective here. Um, I kind of want to four bet.
Okay.
What about this player? Anything about this player?
He is a reasonable player. He is not one of the clueless players who doesn't know the rules. We are back at we are back at the other table. All the bad guys have lost their money or left. And oh, so this is what's happened, by the way. All the bad players have left our table. Not that the table is great anymore. And in one of the seats, one to our left, so it's two away from us, a one gapper, sits down Zach. And Zach is better than us. And we look at the other table, there's nobody at the other table better than us. So we said the child is still there. But we look at the rest of the table and it's like it's not stacked. And the bad guys have left this table and there's a seat open. So it's just like I can just walk over there. And so I do. I just leave. I don't play against Zach.
Okay,
I'll tell you.
but
So this guy is a completely reasonable player. He's fine. He could be better than us. He could be not as good as us. He's whatever he is. Multi-table live, yes. He's
is
whatever
he
but he's not
like
clueless in any circumstances.
is he going to be three betting wider because he knows it's a wide versus wide configuration,
Oh,
or
yeah. I think he knows it.
he? Okay, then four bet.
Okay, we're gonna four bet. What size?
Um, like 300.
Okay. That's a fine answer. And I thought about
Yeah.
it. And then I looked and I said, yep, that's what I did, Mike. I just jammed. I looked based on size. I looked at it and I went, I
Oh wait,
want
if you go 300, yeah, just jam. Never mind. I didn't realize he said
yeah,
got 1,000. Yeah,
right,
just jam.
exactly. That was the point of the hand, and that was the whole thing. I just jammed. He folded. And he looked at me and I said, it's like, you got 1,000 left. He then asks for a table change.
Say no broke boys at my table after you do that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He asks for a table change, or they call him for the table change, and I decide that it's not giving up too much to him. And I said, really? What do you like at that table? And he says, Zach.
Huh.
And I went, really? And he goes, and he kind of goes, I think I have an edge. And I said, okay.
My question is, are you giving too much credit to Zach?
I might be. Or this guy might not be. That's the thing we're going to consider going forward.
I was just wondering because I remember the one time in Vegas you were talking, this girl might be better than me. She's seen, and I was like, this girl sucks. Like she's not good.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she's not a good player. There's no reason to be giving any respect here.
No, it was only because remember what that tell was.
Yeah, it's just people knew her, but everybody knows all the fish at my room. Like,
yeah, so there you go.
Even the guys I was worried about coming in, I'm already like they leave my table now because they're like, fuck this.
Yeah, right, exactly. So yeah, we will consider this. So there we go. So that was that hand. All right, next hand goes to after Brian. It is Mike. All right. Oh, and by the way, we're going to end at 11:55 today. All right, Mike, you have 8-9 suited. Oh, in the strap. This is so bad. Raise. So there's a limp, a raise, a fold, and a fold. What do you want to do with 9-8 suited?
Fold.
Okay. But before you fold, what you want to do is look to your left to see if you have any idea what this guy's going to do.
I don't think it matters.
Okay, then you fold.
He could have already folded, and I think I still fold.
Okay. He was calling. He had the calling chips in his hand.
Yeah, I fold.
Fold. Okay, good enough. All right. I called because
we know we can play this hand.
Yeah. Yeah. So we called because he had the calling chips in his hand. I think that's probably the most important thing. It may have been the wrong choice, but that I saw it and that was important. And he was giving that information up, and they don't Hollywood that information. They're just keeping the game going. Here we go.
It's probably, I mean, do you think it's super nitty? I mean, I know everyone loves to play these suited connectors. And we also know based on what we've learned that 8-9 is the worst of them all, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I've just been really super nitty on these.
Quick
I think it's fine.
question.
I mean, I think you play it more in position.
Yeah, if I was in
Here,
position,
out of
it'd be another
position,
story.
yeah, out of position, I think it's a fine fold.
Right. Okay.
Quick,
So
quick question.
let's play this way.
Why is 8-9 the worst again? I forget.
I think
10 Jack
it's
Queen is you're coolered like a ton.
Okay. Yeah,
it's
I
all
was just
about those. It's also 10 jack, 8-9, 9-8's the worst because you've got interference with Broadway.
so it's because you get cooler by ace king.
You get cooler
Yeah.
by ace king, and then when the flop comes the other way, you get cooler by king queen, the two that get played a lot, and they have a little bit of 9.
Well, then I think it's even better to be folding it in live because of the way that people are continuing
Right.
with far too wide with hands like Queen Jack, King Jack, Jack
Right.
10, all that shit. It's probably even better
Right.
reason to lay down hands like this.
And then these hands down here, when they make their straights, you're up against the bigger straight less often, and both of your cards are live more often than the 8-9. The
Okay.
8-9 has a little bit of it. That's why.
Well, I
Right.
wonder how much that affects the lower ones because you know how much people play these suited connectors in general. That it
Yeah.
maybe it's just a good
But
rule
they
to
do
be
come in.
pretty tight with them.
But the 5-6 and the 6-7-6 come in before the 8-9 does in your
Yeah.
in your call. So those are the reasons. All right, there we go. So you flopped the world.
Yeah. Okay. And so who the original raiser was player 8.
Yep.
Yeah, we just really, yeah, I mean, could we consider exploitatively donking here? I mean, I wouldn't, but maybe we could consider it, but I check.
I don't think we need to. Check. I mean, there's not a flush on that. He bets 80 into a pot of 200.
Okay. Do we want to slow play? Do we want to fast play?
The default
The
is to check raise, right? We have to have a
Yeah,
reason not
being
to.
out of position argues for us to fast play.
Mhm.
The size of the bet and the size of the stacks argues to fast play.
Mhm.
So I think we just take that route. I mean, you certainly could slow play here, but I think it's probably more profitable to just go ahead and raise here.
I think so too. Um, the reason, but before I did it, I looked left, and
Okay.
this guy was still involved in the hand.
And when you looked left, did you see something that
Yeah,
was
he
coming?
didn't have chips in his hand. He hadn't done that, but he hadn't checked out. This guy bet if he's folding, he's checking out now. And I waited a little bit and thought, because I was thinking about the slow play, fast play. And while I'm thinking, he's not looking at the TV. He's not going back to his phone. So he cares.
Hmm.
Now, if I raise, I let him make the right decision.
You know what you could do? Well, yeah, maybe, but he also you can't rule out the fact that he has a better 8 than you.
I know you can't. And
So
you
maybe
can't tell which involvement. He doesn't look happy or unhappy. He's just still involved.
So maybe I think we raise. We don't have to raise big. And then if you get repop, then you fold trips.
Yeah, exactly. Good idea. That's a really good idea. I thought that this meant that he had a 6 or a pocket pair. Remember, he open limped, or maybe like with a 7, whatever it was. So I decided my hand was good enough to keep him in. I don't know that I don't think this is the right response to what I saw, but that's where it came from.
Yeah.
So he calls. So that's great. Turn is the 4 of
Well,
diamonds.
when the guy, the initial raiser
Mm-hmm.
bets 80 into 2 players, he's generally going to have a stronger range here.
Yeah.
So are we gonna get more money keeping around this guy's six that folds on the turn most of the time when it doesn't improve
Probably not. I think the check
than
raise.
we do when we check raise the guy
I
that
think the check
likely
raise.
has a pretty strong range? That's my question.
Yeah, I think the check raise is best. On this
I mean, the
range.
one thing too is the guy that's betting have a brain or not? Because if the guy that's betting, like, is he gonna fold? Like, is he folding an overpair when he gets check raised on this board? Because I mean, I'm probably getting the hell out of there if you check raise into, this
Yeah.
to the field when I see bet into four people, three
Yeah.
people.
Right.
But if he isn't, then I think you just have to pile money in. Because like if
Yeah.
he's not folding tens here, then we just put so much money in now before a jack or a queen comes off or something.
Yep. Yep. I think the check raise is best here. And I also think that if I follow the line, I think my play on the flop is not terrible. I think the turn play is. Okay. So we check, bet, I call, he calls, and that's correct. The four of diamonds comes off. This is Mike's hand. Mike, you didn't hate the call. You preferred the raise, but unfortunately you're playing the call line this time, which
Yeah,
by the way, I
I
think
did
is
call
bad.
is certainly a viable option too.
Right. So here you are in a viable hand. What would you like to do on the four of diamonds?
Okay, four diamonds comes. Does this give us license to donk without really setting alarm bells off? Maybe. Maybe this card is something that, we might be able to get some money in versus their overpairs where they're going to check back now a lot. They're probably going to check back a lot now anyway.
Yeah.
So maybe we do. Hey, Brian, take over the hand. I'll be back. I got to go run for a second. But
Okay.
my vote is to
Well, my
donk.
brain is already where
Oh,
you're at, Mike, and I think donking is the best play.
I agree.
I think that
I,
we donk here and we'd say like, okay, what are both of their ranges? The one guy, if he has 6x, he's gonna have a lot of pair plus straight draw now, player five. And
yeah.
then the in position player has a decent amount of overpairs within his range. And I think
Yep.
both of those hands are going to be pretty inelastic here. So I think we get to donk for a pretty significant size here. And if we donk for 300, we have, yeah, I think a donk for 300 is beautiful. We set up a jam on the river.
Right. I think that that's the absolute best play. And here's what I think was very bad on my part. In the moment, I was very aware that this is probably going to go check. And then I go, and so then I'll bet the river. And it's like, why am I letting that happen? I was very aware that this guy, after getting called in two places, is checking. He's checking his overpairs when he makes a stab with ace, king, queen. Because the one good thing about me calling here and not raising is that he continues with his stab hands. When he just took a shot with ace, king, queen, and maybe he'll hit an ace, maybe he'll hit a king, maybe he'll hit a queen.
That if we continue into two players.
Right. But that's the thing is, so maybe that's good. And then when I bet out, it's a call. This four doesn't help him. Doesn't help this guy's range at all. And so I
Yeah,
should
I mean,
have,
sorry, go ahead.
I should have said he's going to check back, which I did say. And then I should say, therefore I should bet, and then start thinking about size. But I didn't. I just went, he's probably going to check. Oh, well, I'll bet the river. That's as
And I
much.
super,
And that was a mistake.
I super agree with Mike too on the flop though. Like when you have this setup where you have one person, like when the initial raiser here, when he checks, this checks through so much on the flop.
I know.
This board is not
Or
likely to get
you mean not check
stabbed.
on the flop? You mean check through on the
Yeah,
turn?
both though. Like I'm
Or
saying, because
you were gonna donk? You were gonna donk pre-flop? You were
it's
gonna donk?
beautiful. Yeah, because the initial raiser is almost last to act. So now you and the guy to your left are naturally going to check and flow to him. When he doesn't stab, the player nine is only going to be betting with very strong hands usually. So when he
Right.
doesn't have shit, it just checks through whenever the other guy checks as well. So I think it's like a really good spot to just donk.
Okay.
I mean, I've been doing the same thing as you where I'm like just getting into flow, and
Mhm.
just not thinking before, just like check right away. Especially
Mhm.
even when I have like super strong hands, and I'm like, wait, I called the field. Everybody's going to check naturally to this guy, and when he doesn't bet, it just checks through. So now I'm kind of screwed.
Yeah.
and when you're looking checkers, and they're just, even though they stab too much, they just don't, not multi-way. They're not just stabbing complete randomly as much as, you would think.
Yeah. If I raise him to a nice 200, 240 here, he's still going to continue one time with his overpairs probably. And this guy's going to correctly fold a lot of what he has there.
Yeah. So when you donk here,
But yeah, so yep. But as played, we got this, and then here's the mistake. Definite mistake. It went check, check, check. Not a surprise. Queen of diamonds on the river, and the queen of diamonds goes
okay,
through. It
it's my
does.
turn.
Brian. Brian's next. So yep, you got the queen of. Actually, it goes to Larry. Larry, you got the queen of diamonds on the river. Sorry, I know that Mike nominated Brian, but he's not here to enforce his nomination.
I think two ranges. This is tough. Playing against 4 cards, not 2. I think we bet. It's a lot harder for us to get called, but I think we bet 300, and we're gonna fold to any range.
Okay, so I bet smaller, on that idea, and my bet because I decided that I need to get called by a weak range because of the check, check, check turn. So I bet 140.
Yeah,
We get raised to 380.
No, God.
it's the worst.
All right. And now I nominate Brian.
Fuck.
Hot odds.
Odd odds, yeah.
380. Oh wait, no, it's not me. It's still Larry. Were you just messing with me?
I was just messing with you. It's Larry.
Is it me?
We're all gonna
Yeah.
yeah, Larry's gonna go first.
We have the infamous, I think we're around 10 now, a little bit more, 12%.
Mhm.
Shit. We just paid fucker.
Okay. So you just play the fucker and just lose most of the time, but it's fine to lose most of the time because you only have to win a little bit of the time.
12%, yeah.
Right, good.
This is what's hard is because it's like, do we just pay him here? It's really hard for him to have
I
something
mean,
worse than us, you know?
I think, yeah, I think folding was fine, but it's,
I understand odds, it's just.
I mean, maybe one person said hot odds are an excuse to do some stupid shit. But
Yeah.
you can't, let's just we can't forget basic math, right? You have to win 12% of the time.
Right.
Now we are only,
Are you winning?
we really only have,
50%
I don't think he's value raising here. We have a bluff catcher. Does he bluff this?
It's really hard.
But then he only has to bluff it, what?
1 out
Less
of 8.
than 1 out of 10 times?
1 out of 8.
I
12
think
out
that
of
it's when we check and it's like very different that he can have more bluffs then.
Yes.
Yeah,
When we bet and then he in position raises us with a player left to act behind who's the pre-flop aggressor who see bet the flop, I'm like, fuck, I don't think I'm like, what does he have here that we beat?
well, he doesn't have
Eight,
much that
7?
we beat, but we don't need him to have much that we beat. We have a pure bluff catcher against a naked
Yeah.
ace of diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't deny the math, man.
Right.
I know I understand. I don't know if I find the fold either here. I like to think that maybe I do find the fold here.
In a way, it doesn't matter if we have tens or trips here. We've got a pure bluff catcher, but
yeah,
I think
We're calling 240 to win 1200.
It's
Shit.
about 12%, 12, 13%.
Yeah. The odds, it's just like I just cannot find the bluff.
We're calling 240. We're calling 240 to win 967.
No, it's a little bit more than that.
When you put your money in, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's that. But I'm putting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I meant like, isn't it
when
when we include our money that we call with as well?
Yeah, it depends on which language you want to use. We are getting 4 let's see, we're getting 4-1 on our money.
Yeah, it's 20%. It's
4-1
not
on our
4,
money.
it's 4-1.
20%. Not 12.5%. So we'll do
Yeah,
that.
I miscounted.
That's fine. And the way we talk about it is, so it's the odds are 4-1. The pot odds are 20%. And we have to put in 240 to win 967. We get back our 240.
Okay, yeah. We win. Yeah, okay. So, well, yeah, I mean, fuck, it's just really hard for him to have a bluff here. That's the problem.
Right. So now, is he overvaluing an 8?
That we beat?
Well,
Probably not.
the 8s that he has, the two more, here are the best, here are the easiest 8s to have.
8, 7, 8, 9,
Open
10.
He opened
Ace
limp.
8.
So it's ace 8, 9, 8, and 8, 7.
10, 8. I wouldn't put too much like on
Those,
him on his open limping range being that tight of 8s. Like I would say, it's a limp. I think he has like ace 8 suited pure, ace 8 off pure, like fuck. I mean jack 8, 10, 8, all of that stuff. Queen 8 could be in there. That's a definite possibility. Pocket sixes
right.
that don't check, like they're
And
just
how
the
he got
super
here,
nuts here.
right. And how he got here with diamonds, well, 6, 7 of diamonds.
5, 7 of diamonds, which is
Yeah.
a straight as well that we are lost to that still checks the turn to the aggressor.
Yeah. And so
5, 7, 9, 7
right.
of diamonds. We
Now,
have
is the guy bluffing? Well, let's start with this one. Let's start with this one data point. This data point. Is the guy bluffing?
Yeah, he's unlikely to be bluffing when he's open limping.
Yeah.
Good point.
Is he likely to misunderstand the value of hands? Yes.
Yeah. Is he likely to do that with a hand worse than yours is my question, though.
Right.
I don't think so.
This feels like an 8 at least. And I beat
Like, I don't think 8-5 is doing this. If he's limping, that would be another thing that we put on is that he's going to be too passive a lot of the time. So he's not going to be raising thin enough. So then he's not going to have weaker 8s that raise.
Yeah. So we folded.
Yeah, I think it's an exploitative fold here. I think it's really hard for him to be bluffing here. It's funny too because we're sitting here with trip 8s and we want to lay it down compared to when we have pocket kings and overpair and we want to call off a jam. But this is just like very hard for him to have bluffs here.
Blech. Just blech. Okay. Yep, did not enjoy that hand. We got 2 hands left. Mike says he had 6, 6. And Mike, are you back on? Are you working or are you here? Yes, Mike, you're right.
I thought 6, 6 is like
it was 20%. Yeah.
I have a question. When he called you, when that guy c-bet, you called. What? It's not like the end of the world. Did he think, or was he just snap call? Was he sitting there thinking a little bit and then?
I don't remember.
So, but I would put 6 is full frequency if he thinks for 15 seconds then calls.
Yeah, I don't remember what his length was. I just remembered that I did look left and saw that he was still interested because that's why I didn't do the first check raise. And I don't think that that's the right decision, but that's what I made. All right, here we go. You got pocket 10s, and this is gonna be Brian or Mike if Mike's back. Here we go. So if Mike,
it's me.
There you go.
Yeah, you want all like easy hands.
All right.
The easy hands. I get to play on the small blind every time. That's exactly what I want.
Finish the
I
hand,
raise. Oh, all right.
Wait,
Mike gets it.
Finish it. He's back.
Didn't we see this one already?
Yeah. No, this is a different pocket 10s.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, you raised ace king was ace king I was thinking of.
Yeah,
small blind 10s. Yeah, we raised whatever your standard is here. I noticed your standard was 30 opening.
I went I don't know why I went 30 and 1. It's 40.
Okay, because I would think you would go bigger in the small blind if it was.
This is going to be different.
Scotty did it because ace king's a drawing hand.
Yeah, I did it.
He doesn't want to invest too much money pre-flop with a hand that's drawing.
I did it because I wanted to encourage the 3-bet so I could jam it and just be done. All right, here we go. Pocket 10s. and you get called and you flop. Pretty
So, oh, I want the easy hands. There it is.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's easy because you're going to be c betting here. So
Yeah.
you better c bet. And now I think technically or theoretically, we probably bet small here, like pretty much range almost. But maybe just start thinking about sizing up on an exploitative level. So like half pot minimum.
Okay.
You could
So I'm going to go
definitely
for check.
size up.
Check. Is there a reason you check? Like, is this person aggressive?
What the fuck? What am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Please refer to notes.
I do not know. What the hell?
I
What
have
the
a
hell?
question here. Are you doing this because you're scared that he flopped King Jack?
No.
No, I think it's probably more if I know Scotty well enough, he's just doing it just because it's I mean, you can, but it's a tricky play, like you're being tricky. But I think you just want to bet here because there's just so many hands they're gonna call with. And that's why I think you even go big here just because just get value from all of those hands that they're not gonna
Yeah.
fold. They're not gonna be very elastic.
I don't know what this is about. I do not know what this is about. Check, bet, call. All right. So nobody likes this line on the call, including me.
Yeah, I don't like the check call here.
I don't like the check call at all. But having taken the check call line, we have to check the turn, right? That's easy.
Yeah, and I know what I'm thinking here, like in hindsight, now that we've like realized, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Can we just start going, start betting and do things just get weird when we do this? Or do we just continue our story of, hey, go ahead and keep betting into me?
I think we continue. I think we continue the story that when the solver takes this line, we continue it. So I
Nope.
bet
You don't.
I don't know what's happening.
You went 202. You went overbet. Did you overbet?
Bet.
Yeah, you overbet.
Maybe I
So
wrote this one down wrong. Hold on.
because maybe you did bet and he called rather
I
than
bet he called. I've got it backwards.
Yeah, okay, that makes way more
There we
sense. Thank
go.
you, Scotty.
I bet 40. Thank you. It's just I entered it wrong.
Yeah.
I just looked at the original. I bet
Well,
40. He
why
called.
not go bigger?
I decided to go bigger on the turn.
Just because it's like an ace high board, you're just not going to have as many floats in general.
Yeah, no, I think
So maybe we just attack the value range right away.
Yeah, just go 80 to start with. Yeah, sure. And then go much bigger. Yeah.
I mean, it's just what I've definitely been noticing. And I keep doing it. I keep forgetting,
Yeah.
like not thinking enough, like directly on, and just kind of going into autopilot and doing things. I'm like, shit, I need to be sizing up here. They're just not folding, like they're just not floating me. So I might as well target value right away.
All right.
Yeah.
The Queen
Yeah, that
Jack's
was
not folding, King Queen's not folding, Jack 10's not folding, you know.
that was kind of my point too, right? I
Ace,
mean, I think in
yeah.
theory, if you put this one in here, it's just going to be a range bet and it's going to be small. But like I said, like Brian's saying, like I'm saying, just go ahead, size up, just exploit, the shit out of their range here.
Yeah.
They're gonna maybe you get them to fold pocket sevens, sixes, and fives, but you got all these other inelastic hands that will call a
Yeah.
bigger bet.
I think those are excellent thoughts. I believe what I thought in game, and I don't think this is a good thought, but I believe it's what I did, was so often I am raising from the small blind, getting called by the big blind out of position, and getting a flop that I miss, and betting about half pot and hoping that he folds. And when he doesn't, I'm lost. Okay. Now, this is not the only way to play, and it doesn't happen to me all the time, and I'm a better player now, but I remember in the old days I did that. So I decided, what if I do that when I actually have value? Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
It was just that. It's like, let's do that exact same thing. So I bet he calls. And
Yeah.
now 7 comes, and now I go, okay, he called that. It's time to target the inelastic part of his range now. And I go 200.
Yep. I think that's great.
Right. So that's why.
Love this.
It's like I moved it there. Let's get called by everything, called by the floats, and now do this. And he just folds.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever it was. Okay.
I don't think what you did is unreasonable. I just think like exploitatively, like Mike and I said, is that it's just not floating wide enough. So we have so much very wide. So we just target the strong shit right away.
Yep, I like it better. Okay, here we go. This one, that was Mike. So now this one is Brian.
All right.
Really? What a surprise. Aces for Brian.
Yeah, you're right. Normally I get queen three suited from the small blind. Um, I wanted the limp, Scotty. All right. We are, wow. This is a tough hand
Tough
here. I
spot.
don't know
Yeah.
what to do.
Right.
Tough
But
spot.
here is there is a live question here.
How do I act?
Yeah, this is actually fucking hard.
No, there's one live question. Do you raise or do you call? Do
You
you want
call.
You just
this
call.
guy?
I was about to say, I think you just call.
Okay, Larry. Sometimes, Larry, you say you don't want another player in. Are you going to try to get the other guy in?
I that's when you have to play post flop.
Yeah, I should have asked this. I should have given this one to Larry because that's the only question.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more about when you, I mean, you are going from 80% to 60%. It's up to you. You could decide if you want 80% equity or 60% equity.
Right.
It's really consistent. I mean, you can put in a shit ton of ranges and you're either going to have
Right.
80% or 60%, except against ace king, which you're killing at like 87%.
Right.
So you decide, you want 80% or 60%?
Right.
Well, let's think about it like this then. We think that ace king takes this line much more than other hands where it just jams. So
Yeah.
now we probably want to draw in the other guy because we have one range that we've absolutely dominated, and then we're 80-20 against the other.
I honestly think it comes down to your appetite for variance. I really think it does. What is your appetite for variance? This in many ways this is a personal decision.
So I'm going to tell you what this guy's hand is, by the way. It's pocket. This guy has pocket jacks.
Oh. Yeah, well.
It's 80%.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying based off of what Larry's saying and with the way people play ace king often, this guy has, higher frequency of ace king in his range that jams.
I think I'm going all in, but that's because I think, frankly, less tolerance for variance than you guys.
Right.
But I really think it's a personal choice.
So that's the question of the hand. He folds his jacks. This guy has queen nine suited, and the only funny thing about the hand is that this is almost at the end of the night. It's 2 a.m. at this point. We've been playing a long time. We know each other. This guy is gregarious and a little bit of a bull. No, he's not a bully. He's just a nice guy. He's just a nice gregarious guy who likes to play the stand-up game and silly stuff like that. And he said immediately, like it was like a dealer change or something happened at the table. So he immediately said, when he said aces, like give me aces to the dealer. I said, before looking at my hand, aces are overrated. I looked in and I see aces.
Ooh, the irony.
I call, he goes,
get outdrawn.
Turn them over. And I turn them over and show, I go, aces are overrated. Comes king 6-6. I say, am I okay? He goes, you're fine.
Yeah, he's drawing dead now. It's not drawing dead yet.
Runner.
Yeah, once the 6-6 hand, he had queen nine suited, and we're done. So we took that money, and now the last hand, here we go. The last hand is 9-9, and this goes to Mike. And it's going to be a little bit interesting. Yeah, there's a problem with this hand. Okay, here we go. Mike.
Good luck, Mike.
Same guy. This is our queen nine suited guy. Opens to 30. This is
queen nine suited guy. Good Lord. Okay.
Yeah. This is a few hands later, we're barely, and I've said I'm leaving, it's like I'm on my way out. I said, I really only have one more round and I don't want to break the game, and then some more people came over and I said, great. And then so I was leaving. So we got
okay.
9.
Well, I like three betting or three betting now.
So we 3-bet, we get called. That's weird. We get called. That's weird. And we get called. That's not weird.
Jeez.
So we're done with a hand.
Unless.
Pretty much.
Yeah, except that we flop a 9. But other than that, we were done with the hand. All right.
This hand got very interesting all of a sudden.
Check to you.
Did you start putting your chips in the rack right now so you can get stacked?
It's a sure way.
I did not.
Hmm. I think I'm kind of like in between. I mean, obviously we can bet big, right? I mean, we know that. I'm just trying to think if there's a reason to go smaller to set things up for later. Um, yeah, I think I just, I go like 200 here, maybe half pot and or more.
Oh, by the way, I like your note on the previous hand. I didn't see it till now. I didn't see you in the hand. I didn't know there was someone else in the hand. All right. So what size you want to go?
Like half pot. Half
Right.
pot minimum. And I definitely could see us just, just piling it in now, but
Okay, that's interesting. I went exploitatively small. I went 90. I went, the
yeah.
theoretical multi-way size and slightly smaller than my 3-bet because I thought that's what because again, I thought that was telling a story. But that's fine. That's fine. Just go big now and but what are you getting called by? I guess all the pocket pairs call once and might as well make them call more. So that's fair because it's just nobody has a 9. So there we go. So we get called by the first guy. So this should be a stronger range.
Yeah.
He also called the raise and the re-raise. So he's got
You're right. He did.
pocket
He
pair bigger than
cold called.
nines. He's got a pocket pair bigger than 9s. So we would really like to see a small card now so that his pocket pair stays good. We would not like to see an ace or a king because it'll scare him.
Okay.
That's
And remember, ace king is oftentimes in these players' range for cold calling. Like this is fits exactly into it. Ace king cold call range from these players.
right. Could be.
But yeah, I think probably more likely to be. I mean, you can have jacks and tens, and they can
Yeah.
have eights and
Yep.
sixes, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
so
this is now that it's gotten here. I mean, we just go big. I mean, I go 400.
Okay. I went 5. I'm sorry. I went 3. So yeah, 400 is great. He calls. Great. The heart comes in and he does not donk. That's good.
Queen 10.
Yeah, I'm not. The straights aren't something that I'm too worried about.
Nope. Pocket jacks exists. That was one of the hands that we put in there. Ace king exists.
I'm kind of against like jamming because I think that's too big.
Mhm.
In other words, you're going to get folds from hands. I think you can get calls from if you go smaller. I think if you go almost pot here, like if you make it like yeah, 1,000. Now, if he were to jam, I would be yeah, I would be absolutely shitting myself if he
I
jammed.
know. I know. It'd be
What a
terrible.
way to finish your last
Yeah.
orbit here.
Terrible. And that was yeah, but now we have 2 minutes that we have time to do this. If I go your size here, if I go to the half pot here, 200, maybe in this position, I might not get him. He
Yeah,
might
you might not.
behind. So this actually,
I like
as
your sides.
I got lucky as played. The king comes, that's great. Check. You were going to go 400 here, which is better because at this point, he puts you on ace king. And so what I'm sort of doing is once he calls the small, it's like pocket jacks, queens, they're a little scared now. So what'll they call? And I didn't really think ace king. So I'm trying to keep them in. This might be a little goobery. This might be like the guy who had the straight and left himself $20. This might be too small. But on the river, yeah, the overpot jam doesn't make sense. If I got here with a 400 Yeah, the difference the pot would be 1,300 now, and I would still, well, 1,300.
Yeah, 1,300. You'd have about 16
left. Maybe then
You go to the turn.
Yeah, maybe if I'm a bit bigger on the turn, the jam
Well,
becomes viable.
I have a question. Do you think that he's folding pocket jacks or queens for less or more than 80? Like, I think you can go a little bit bigger and still keep those hands around.
I wasn't shooting for the pocket. I was just doing. I mean, I was expecting Jeff to call me. I was.
Yeah, remember, there's 3 other players or 2 other players besides this guy. So when you go small, you can still get called by 8s and 6s and pairs.
Right. I expected Jeff to float me wide.
Oh, I meant on the turn.
Yeah, on the turn now.
What size did you go?
I check, and on the turn, the question is, can I go bigger than, I went 300. Mike is going 400 here.
Oh, okay.
If I go 500, does he start to fold out his jacks and queens where they go, oh, fuck, it was ace king. Of course it was ace king. It was always ace king. Why didn't I not raise?
Yeah. Okay.
That's the little bit narrative in their head and stuff. So we do this, but on the river. Okay. I will see you guys on Friday.